Hello, and welcome to episode 26 of Monday Night Bloodbath, where I will be doing this alone, I guess. We'll see. I know Nerdy Neo said if he can make it, he'll be late, and then I have no idea what's going on with Shaka Zulu. I know he's got work, lots and lots of work going on. But yeah, so I guess I'll just get into it. Well, I see we've got Kel in the chat. We've got Dom H in the chat, and we've got Meteor Advocate Timon in the chat, which is probably looking forward to me talking about some of the X and Brazil stuff. He has been able to help get me some information because there were some weird things going on there as far as possibly not being fined using a VPN. But we'll talk about that later. The first thing I kind of want to talk about is this thing that kind of showed up on my radar a little later in the afternoon today. This is going to be interesting. I don't know if you guys all caught this, but Joe Biden came back to work today after, I believe, something like 16 days on vacation. No idea who was running the country for those 16 days. It certainly wasn't Kamala. But so he comes back, and we kind of got a bit of a hot mic moment. I don't know if this was today or what. I think it's today. But yeah, this is what he had to say.
Mr. President, any update on the cocaine?
Mr. President, I cluster munitions. Why now?
We're running out of ammunition.
Did you hear that? So they asked, Mr. President, cluster ammunitions, why now? And he said, because we've run out of munitions. And he just said that to the public. And so now I wonder how long it's going to take until China understands what that means and until Putin understands what that means. And, maybe Ukraine could leave us the fuck alone for a little while because apparently we've got nothing left to give to them. So we also got a Trump response to this already. I guess this all took place yesterday. So we got the Trump response here.
They announced we had no ammunition. And I said, number one, who's the stupid person saying that? You could tell a couple of people, but who's the person that wants to say the United States has no ammunition? We're giving it to all of our people all over the world, in particular Ukraine. We're giving them massive billions of dollars of stuff. And I rebuilt our military all in 4 years. I had great people doing this. And I restocked our ammunition. We had so much ammunition, it was coming out the gills, as they say. We had missiles, now we don't have ammunition. How would you like to be President Xi sitting there saying America has no ammunition? We're so vulnerable. They announced we had no ammunition.
That's wild. That is absolutely wild. The idea that we have no munitions. This is America. This is fucking America. But I don't know how this happens. Well, I mean, we just keep giving them away, right? Even though I thought that's what all the spending was for. Like we would print the money to get to buy weapons to give to Ukraine. Didn't know that was like depleting our own storage of it. That's kind of, that seems like a natural thing to kind of figure how things are working. But yep, Biden says we are out of munitions. So let me catch up with the chat here. Does it feel weird being alone? So this is technically the second time I've had to do this stream on my own. The last one that I did, it just ended out of nowhere. So we'll see how this one goes. And then we've got, how's it going, Chad Cooper, Magnetic Expansion Radio? How are you doing, sir? First time I've seen you around here. Aloha. Did Biden see his shadow? Probably. I don't know. We didn't run out of munitions in Iraq or Afghanistan, did we? No, we just left them there. We just left them all there. So I thought that that was interesting. And then where do I want to go? You know, I've got stuff that I want to talk about with Neo if he shows up, particularly Shock, because I have an Act Man section. And I like making, and I know Shock and we like to make fun of Act Man together. I've also got an interesting closing for the show. I guess we can go with the Gold Star families. Let me turn on. You know what? Give me a sec. I forgot my water. It's in the other room. Just give me one moment. Okay. All right. We've been giving the money to Zelensky so him and his friends could buy yachts. Well, supposedly we weren't giving the money. We were just printing the money to buy weapons. They weren't supposed to receive any cash, from what I understand. I see what you mean there, Cal. That is interesting. Maybe there's a conversation to be had there that we the people haven't ran out of munitions, but our government has. I wonder how good those F-16s Joe Biden keeps talking about is going to work for them right now. So we have the Gold Star family thing. I'm not going to call it a debacle because the media tried to turn it into a debacle and they didn't have any clue what was actually going on. I would say the smart American people are locked and loaded. There's a lot of people who are not locked and loaded with their ammo, with their firearms or their brains. So we have this Politico here running a thing, Trump team involved with an incident with staff at Arlington Cemetery. So what they say here, and this is what the entire media, all the media has been trying to push, is that there was something going on between the Arlington National Cemetery employee and someone in Trump's staff getting into some sort of altercation. Even some people implying it was physical, but yet, you know, no footage while all these cameras are around. No footage of this taking place. And they're trying to make it look like Trump is the bad guy for showing up to this this event that recognized, you know, the 3-year anniversary of getting out of Afghanistan. I think the media went with this story because Kamala Harris nor Joe Biden showed up and they needed something to distract from that. So try and make Trump look like an ass. What other play is there? And then we have a other, what's the word? We have a witness account here from Tulsi Gabbard at this event. This is actually, it was at this event that she said that she was pulling for Team Trump, and then just a few days later it was announced she was joining Trump's transition team and all of that stuff. So we got this clip from her on CNN with I believe this is Dana Bash talking about what she saw that day at the Arlington Cemetery.
I was there from the beginning with the laying of the wreaths with the family members, the Gold Star family members, and some of the survivors of that terrorist attack in that disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. I was with them at Section 60, and what I saw was a very grave and somber remembrance and honoring of those lives that were lost. And I saw President Trump spending time at the invitation of these Gold Star families with them. He was there for a few hours. I did not see or hear about any kind of altercation until something came out in the news later on. The families were there.
Did not see or hear of any altercation until later on in the news. And she was there. And she had a major role of what was going on there. And yet she didn't hear anything about it until a few days later in the news. It's all horse shit. They love to do it. They love to stir up bullshit. Just another example of the media being complete ass.
Grieving alongside President Trump, and it was a very special moment to really remember their names, remember their memory.
You know, another key word that she used there is that President Trump was invited by these families. And I don't know if we ever found out if, like, so I have reason to believe after recent events, which we'll talk about here shortly, that some of these families certainly might not have invited Biden with some of the stuff that they've said since this whole thing. But even if you're not invited, don't you just kind of go anyways? You don't need to be invited by these families to mourn the loss of your bad mistakes. I don't know. Did we ever hear if the families explicitly said that they didn't want Biden and Harris there? I would love to know. So the next thing I've got, which is more of that. Oh yeah. So they're trying to make this big deal out of Trump making a political thing at the cemetery. And we've got examples for days. And I'll just bring the one. I'm just bringing one, but we've got plenty of examples of all sorts of past and present presidents having video and pictures taken of them at the cemetery. Like, this is not the first time. It will not be the last time. They're lying and they're trying to make a bigger deal out of this than what it actually is. So see, we've got Biden barely able to walk across this grass. But as you see, we've got this, and then there's even more to it. Like, damn, that took him forever to get there. Wait, what's this with the umbrella? Oh, he's just putting it in the ground. Okay, I don't know. Joe Biden, everybody. Joe Biden. But remember this? The checking his watch thing? That was fun. And then to kind of put a cherry on top of all of this, the other day, was it 2 days ago? It was either Friday or Saturday. I think it was Saturday, where the family started putting out their own videos of how they invited Trump and how this whole thing was their idea. And then the Trump team put together a compilation of these videos. And I figured it would be kind of neat to watch that. I've got lots of videos and yeah, well, I'll explain in a bit.
Vice President Harris.
Vice President Harris.
Vice President Harris. My name is Steve Nakui. I'm the father of Lance Corporal Kareem M. Nakui.
My name is Jim McCollum. I am the Gold Star father of the United States Marine Corps Lance Corporal Riley McCollum.
This is Mark Schmitz, Gold Star father of Marine Lance Corporal Jared Schmitz.
My name is Darren Hoover, and I'm the Gold Star father of United States Marine Corps Staff Sergeant Taylor Hoover.
My daughter-in-law, Sergeant Nicole Leanne G., was killed in the Afghanistan exit at Abbey Gate.
Our kids were murdered because of your administration.
You were not at Dover for the dignified transfer, and no time have you reached out to me to offer your condolences, to offer thank you for Kareem's sacrifice and service.
You had 13 families.
Never called these people. It was 13 families. That was it. and they couldn't find the time to get that done.
We've been waiting over 3 years to so much as get a phone call, to so much as hear our kids' names said aloud.
You failed for 3 years and 8 months to acknowledge our kids.
Where were you and Joe Biden on August 26, 2024? Nowhere near Arlington Cemetery. You couldn't be bothered to be with us or even say our kids' names, just as you had done for the last 3 years.
Vice President Harris, I ask you, why won't you return a call and explain to us how you call my daughter-in-law's death a success? President Trump has called. President Trump shows up. But President Trump takes the time to hear our loved ones' stories.
We invited him to be there.
These are the only memories we get to make with our son, and it is you who is playing politics and trying to detract from our memories made that day.
President Trump has been there for us. He's been a rock for us. He showed compassion for us, and he showed he truly cares for the families that truly do know what the ultimate sacrifice really is.
So yeah, they certainly say that Kamala is not on their team by any means. I thought that was a pretty touching video, and then I've got another one that another inspirational video that I guess the RFK team put together later on, because I want to try and end every show on a positive note, and before that positive note, I have a very, very, very negative note. So I wanted something really cool, but I like that video a lot. Whoever put that together did an excellent job. I was watching. I don't know if I saw all of them because there was 13 of them, and I think I only saw like maybe 4 or 5 of them. I didn't see all of them cross my timeline, but they were like, no, you haven't done anything. Trump has supported us and shown us that he actually cares about what's going on. So that is the disgustingness of the mainstream media trying to paint what happened at the Arlington Cemetery. That was almost 2 weeks ago now, wasn't it? Trying to just, write more fake news. So let's catch up with chat here. We got some comments on old Tulsi there. I'm wondering if the silver stripe's actually real. I'm not quite so sure if it's real. So Steve over here talking to Donna. Donna, I don't know if you've been here before, but I apologize in advance for what might fall out of my mouth. Yes, Donna, that is my brother. Typically, this channel is not very respectable by any means. That Small Town Republic saying exactly what I said. People are getting filmed. Politicians are filmed in Arlington all the time. This is all a bunch of fucking horseshit. Nerdy Neo's on his way home, says he's about 45 minutes out. I might be done by then. Steve is watching Street Fighter. Are you watching Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme? Donna says, these families have every right to be upset. It's heartbreaking the way this regime has treated them. It proves that they have zero respect for our military and their families. Yeah, they haven't given a crap, and it's their fault that this even happened. And Kamala is known for saying she's the last one who left the room. They've got nothing. I can't believe that this is even an election that's happening. I can't believe Kamala Harris is the one who's running. It makes no sense. But you want to know what? You want to know why it makes no sense? Because we live in fucking clown world. And I've got a video here of a Kamala supporter. You'll probably recognize this guy. But just how unbelievable it is that Kamala's running. It's just as unbelievable that someone would say something like this about her.
Just a quick question while you came, what you like about Harris' platform?
Just very excited about moving forward and all the energy and excitement that's around.
All the energy and excitement, taking those keywords from the DNC.
Around this movement right now. So that's why I'm here, because
I hate it when they call it a movement, because it's not. It's so fabricated. There's nothing organic about anything happening around Kamala Harris. I remember that brat crap going around, and no one had ever heard of brat. What is brat? And they tried to push all that shit with the chartreuse and everything. That was all fabricated from probably paid shills online, right? Because we know we have a well documented that they're paying influencers to post positive things about Kamala Harris, or to even just post negative things about Donald Trump.
it's time for change, and it seems like it's happening.
You think she'll be?
That's what I wanted to hear. He says it's time for change, and I think it's happening. What's changing? This is the same broad that's been vice president for the last 3 years. This is why they're able to run Kamala Harris, because they've got people who will come out and say dumb, retarded shit like this. That's I guess gaslighting. There's no other way to put it. It's like a real life version of Dustborn. It's disgusting. Now let's see what else he's got to say.
To sustain the momentum post convention,
For sure.
you think the race is going to be
Well, we know that hasn't been the case.
close?
It's going to be close.
As a matter of fact, I believe they're saying that this is the least forward movement coming out of a convention ever. Now the polls still have her ahead, and I kind of watched the gambling markets, particularly poly market, because I think that's just better ran than predict it. But and Jump's gone up a few points, come up and down a few points on poly market, but the polls have all pretty much stayed the same, saying Harris is just up by a few points here and there. Usually after a convention, there'll be like a good skyrocket type thing going on. Nothing like that happened after the DNC.
But everybody's motivated to work and make it happen. So, and she and Tim Walz are just incredible candidates.
He didn't say anything about what makes her an incredible candidate, except for he thinks she's going to bring change. Like this is some sort of Obama 2.0 type shit. Yes, he is a washed up actor. He needs to go back to making Meet the Fokker movies. Or you know what? Can you believe this is the guy that did, what's it called? Oh my God, where RDJ did the blackface. Tropic Thunder. This is the guy who did Tropic Thunder. The bitch made Tropic Thunder. What the hell? Yes, I'm surprised the word joy, or he didn't even say happy or something close to joy. He just said the energy thing, which was big at the DNC. Kel says, I'm glad Republicans restored industrial hemp production back in 2018. Got to get that rope industry ramped back up. Is that for the gallows we're building or something? I don't know. Time for change. Finally, get rid of the old white dude as POTUS. Well, okay, I guess that would be a change, getting rid of the white dude. But we kind of did that already, too. We did have Barack Obama. Least forward movement sounds like a racist attack to me. Sorry for the racisms. Zoolander was his last decent movie. Maybe. I think that is one of his more recent ones. Heavyweights was his best flick. I might agree. Yeah, they're bought up by the left. They're because And it's this weird, like, okay, so like Hollywood is another thing, but usually like artistic people are more like emotionally ran, and so the Democrat appeal, the Democrat, the left is only emotional appeal. That's all they have. They don't bring any actual facts. And actually, the facts that they try and bring is they obfuscate through a bunch of bullshit that no one really understands. Tropic Thunder, yep, everyone's telling me. Steve's saying it's heavyweights. Ever notice how celebrities can never say why they support Harris? Well, no one could say why they support Harris. I don't have any videos today, but I've got a ton of bookmarks where there's people on like the man on the street stuff. And I kind of hate the man on the street stuff because you can edit out and make your own narrative. But nonetheless, there's hundreds of these man on the street interviews of people asking, why would you vote for Kamala Harris? And they're like, because she's black, because she's a woman. And that's it. That's all they've got, which is the last reason I would vote for anybody ever. I would never once consider, oh yeah, white dude. Where does this make any sense? Because they're all stuck in their damn feelings. Are you trying to gaslight the chat, or are you trying to gaslight me? So because we have those kind of voters, and now granted, he's a fucking shill, but we have other voters that are like him. Ben Stiller is why it's even possible for the Democrats to run a candidate like Kamala Harris, who is a dumb piece of shit that no one really likes. It wasn't that long ago that she had like the least approval rating ever as a vice president, which is kind of impressive after we just had dipshit Pence. You know, it's kind of impressive. The only reason why I guess Pence gets a boost is because he is attached to the greatest president of my lifetime, Donald Trump. Now, I do got some Kamala stuff here. Ah, yes, we've got that one. And then I don't want to go into that because that kind of leads us into the Twitter X stuff, and I'm waiting for Nerdy Neo to show up, or Shaka Zulu, that asshole. What do I got this? No, I'm not going to go with that. No, we'll play this video. So this is from the other day. I guess it's just yesterday. It's a little clip from Kamala Harris talking about one of her plans, which is something that she plans on doing. You tell me how much truth you think is in this clip. Dude, small time republic. That's what I've been saying since this show started. I was like, they have to run Michelle Obama. Everyone's all like, but she doesn't want to do it. She hates politics. I don't give a fuck. I get it. She has said that. She's said that multiple times. A lot of people have said, I don't want to be president. If they ran, I think if they ran Michelle Obama, Trump just doesn't stand a chance. Not saying that that's what I want by any means, but there's the American people are so, I'm not going to say retarded, even though that's the right word. They're so busy in their everyday lives that they don't have time to keep up with this kind of crap as much as like the political nerds who are in my chat. And let me tell you, if you're in my chat, you're a big ass political nerd because there's a lot of better people you could be listening to right now. But there's plenty of political nerds out there. There's plenty of people that aren't paying attention, and they would vote for Michelle Obama because they think that would stop. They would think that would actually bring the unity, even though it was Barack Obama who kind of brought around a lot of this division. So Gamer Shorts is asking if I covered the Aurora stuff. I have not covered the Aurora stuff. I will be covering the Aurora stuff, and you're going to want to see that because I spent a good portion Sunday digging into that. I spent a good portion of that yesterday digging into that. What else do we got going on in the chat before I play this video? We got Duke says, I'm old enough to remember news articles saying Kamala was a drag on the ticket. And by old, I remember 10 months ago. Okay, Pence had functioning brain cells. This is true. Pence could have a conversation of his own without needing someone else to tell him what to say. I will agree with that. Why he always getting stood up like the redheaded stepchild? I'm blonde, Steve. I'm not red. And I don't know. You know what? Shaka Zulu's busy at work. I don't know what's going on. But Neo said he's trying to get here. We already had a black man as POTUS. And yeah, I'm glad to let you know. Yeah, I'm if you ask a question in the chat and I have an answer, I will definitely do my best to answer it. Anyhow, this is what Kamala Harris had to say just yesterday.
But in the area of reparations for descendants of Africans enslaved, if you elected president, would you sign that bill if it came across your desk?
When I am elected president, I will sign that bill.
There's no way she signs that bill. That bill, I'd be shocked if that bill made it. The Democrats would have to take over the House and the Senate in order to have a bill like that come to her at her desk. And there's no way that they could. I mean, would the Supreme Court even let a reparations thing go through? I've never owned a slave. I don't even think anyone in my family has ever owned a slave. But they want me to pay for people. They want my tax money to go to people who have never been slaves. I don't know. Seems kind of retarded to me, but you gotta do something to pander for those black votes that they keep losing. And I don't think that's the way, actually, for those votes that they're losing, because those people are wising up to their Democratic shenanigans. No, Steve, you're not a political nerd. You just like being bored. This is right, small time republic. That is absolutely correct. We do all come out of Africa, right? Because we all originated. It all started there. I don't know, Timon. I don't know. He's trying to say he's not a political nerd. You're here every Monday, dude. My family were Irish immigrants that came to America and robbed trains and never had any money and ran away to Mexico due to gambling debts and became revolutionaries. Yeah, I have no idea about any of my family history. I know a lot of us came from Germany a long, long time ago. That's one half. And then the other half is shrouded in secrecy for some reason. And that would be the Scottish side with some other stuff mixed in that I think is the secrecy. I have a theory that my great grandfather did something that brought shame to the family with a Native American. And it just went downhill from there. And they don't talk about the family history on that side. So before I go into what would be the transition video from, well, you know what? Since Gamer Shorts was asking about it, we'll go over into the we'll go into the Denver, Colorado stuff here real quick. So on Saturday or Sunday, I woke up and there's a bunch of these videos going on about the Hells Angels are coming to Aurora, Colorado to save them from the Venezuelan gangs. And this just not making any sense to me. So I start kind of digging in. And here I found this. So this I gotta turn this audio down so I don't get hit for copyright. So this is one of the videos that was going around that they were trying to tell people was Hell's Angels heading to Aurora, Colorado. First of all, this video starts off with a police escort. Second of all, this video on the police car say Policia. Third of all, this has the hashtag of the motorcycle club called the Insanos Motorcycle Club. This is not the Hells Angels. They're not even in America. They're not coming here. Well, you know what? You should talk to your friend. See if you can take over an apartment complex. So this is just one video that I saw out there. And then there was a bunch of other videos that were like taken from old clips of Sturgis. No, actually, this is from Brazil. This video, or Donna. I got the greens mixed up. This video, I believe, is from Brazil. And the only reason why I even know that is because I saw another video in Brazil with police cars that had the same design. Yep. Speaking of Brazil, media advocate Timon says that that's Portuguese. And he would know. Let's see. What are these other videos? So this is another video that I looked into. And this is the one that I think people really going, thinking that something was happening with the Hells Angels. So this guy, there was a few videos of this guy out there. And I'll play this one. And you see, now if you look, you guys probably can't tell. But when you start seeing the usernames stack up on the TikTok thing, something's wrong. This guy's username, this guy in the video, his username is purple_alien. It's not just @alien. But we'll listen to what he has to say.
We started out with 9 this morning. And we ended up with, 10 more. We're headed west. Catch y'all later.
So he said they started off with 9, as in 9 people on the ride with them. And then they just met up with 10 more. And everyone was just like, they're going to Aurora. They didn't provide any sort of information about that. And that's all that guy said. Is this the tag? I'm trying to find his TikTok again. Of course, I can't find it now. There was another video. God damn it. So there was another video of him out there saying that they had just met up at the event and they just had some barbecue or whatever. And if you go and you look at his TikTok videos, they're all tagged with sober living and sobriety and all this stuff. This guy was going to a sobriety charity function with his motorcycle friends. There's no, I don't know if he was wearing his vest or whatever. Where'd that tab go? So I don't see anything happening. There's nothing happening with the Hells Angels heading to Colorado. And even if they were, it would have been because something happened to one of their own. And in which case, if they did anything, the gang from Venezuela would only have the choice to return the favor again. And we just start a gang war in Aurora, Colorado. It makes no sense why any of this would be happening. People need to stop thinking that someone's coming to save them. That's just not a thing in life. So I do have a couple more videos about Aurora that's not about the motorcyclist. I've got one that I think you'll love, Steve. I think you're, as a matter of fact, I'll do that one next. You'll probably find this one funny. So I saw this tweet with a clip from some local Colorado news. It says, breaking police manhunt underway over signs against illegal immigration in Denver. Police are pursuing hate crime charges. So they're going over people who are posting these signs, but yet they can't see, but yet the governor will deny that these gangs are even in these apartment complexes or taking over, parking lots in Target. But so here's the signs that they're talking about here. There's this one that says blacks must sit at the back of the bus, Kamala's migrants sit in the front. And then you've got the other Kamala's migrants illegals. I thought, when I've seen these signs, I've seen pictures of these signs, I thought they were memes. I didn't know they were real.
We are following a number of significant leads, I think, fostered by video evidence that we have and other evidence that we have that has helped us kind of narrow in on some individuals.
And Thomas says that he doesn't necessarily believe that this act that happened.
Hold on. How long have I been talking shit and this guy's been sitting in the back room? How you doing?
A good minute. What's up, dude?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. I was doing Devil Show and the movie went on a little long.
Oh,
so
that's right. That's right.
That's why I'm late. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I was typing in the chat. I want to know if it's illegal to steal this street sign because I want it in my room.
So it does have a city. They put a city municipal code?
It's probably fake. What if it's like Kamala's social security number or something?
That's a little long for that. But
that'd be funny.
But otherwise, I think you'd probably be fine if you stole these signs after someone.
Right? I want it. I don't want them to destroy it. I need to preserve it. But yeah, you nailed the Hells Angels stuff, dude. Because like I've known people who are like in Hells Angels. They don't care about nobody but themselves. They're just gangs doing gang stuff.
Yeah, and like they also have a lot bigger fish to fry. Like, so when I was looking into all of this, I found out like their like main dude in Australia just caught a bunch of like coke charges.
Oh, geez.
And he supposedly he's like the dude in Australia, according to this stuff that I was reading. I don't know how reliable that is. I don't know how you find out who the dude is for a country, for a gang. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like they've got other things to worry about outside of some Venezuelans taking over a couple apartment complexes. Now, unless they actually like went after, and I would think it would have to be more than just one of their dudes to come up with some like big thing, which by the way, there's Denver local chapters probably already. They wouldn't have the entire fucking country come out there.
I know.
But yeah.
All right. So who's stealing the signs? Let us know.
I know what's stealing the signs. They're trying to find out who's putting them up because they're going to charge them with a fucking hate crime. Whatever
that's hate crime's not a thing.
Whatever the fuck a hate crime means.
Hate can explain a motive for a crime, but it doesn't make it a higher caliber crime of a hate crime. Like
a murder is a murder is a murder is a murder. Well, I guess that's not entirely true. No, that's not a murder. Self-defense is not murder.
I mean, like if a KKK member killed a black person, first degree murder, is it somehow a higher degree murder just because he was racist? It makes no sense.
No, it's just another thing to try and boost up the not boost up, but like get people worked up about, right? It's just another thing to get people more worked up about. Call it hate crime.
I'm sure
people will take it more seriously, and they'll like. Well, actually, all it is all it's there is just to sow division.
Well, maybe it's easier for algorithms to push those kind of terms. hate crime is like a popular. Oh, if a post that say hate crime on it get shares, get clicks. Like that's how Facebook used to work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay. Well, but the phrase hate crime has been around since the 90s.
Yeah, but that's how it gets popular because of like algorithms on social media. People like the term hate crime because they're like, oh no, a hate crime happened. And that's how they share all these old news about police brutality and they think it's new.
And then we have small time Republic here saying those signs could be false flags from the government. Go for the psyop.
Taxpayers' money well spent.
I mean, it does have a municipal code.
That's honestly though, do you think like a troll is on it? Like the sign looks great, it's installed great, like the pivots are on there. It has to be someone that actually like does this crap for a living, dude.
Yeah, it's someone who's got the tools for sure.
They just did it during their off hours or something. You know what I mean?
It's an inside job. You know what?
Small
Time Republic might be onto something here.
Dude, I don't know. Well, they're just private companies that they
contractors.
Because I used to work for a sign company. They would make signs and they would make stencils and stuff like that, and we would work for the county of Orange County. You know what I mean? They're just a private company.
What did you do for the sign company?
I just delivered stuff. It was I didn't really do it. It was just kind of like people who couldn't get a job would just go. It was like minimum wage kind of stuff.
So you just had to drive around in the shitty fucking Los Angeles traffic, and
yeah, I did deliveries a few times because I was trying to quit this job that I hated. I was at a job, then I went to a new job, and I said, "Oh, I really hate this," and then I trying to quit. And I did that for a little bit, and then got a new job. It was just an in-betweener. It was just like a friend, like just hires random kids for like minimum wage to do like easy, like tape the stencils together or just line up all the metal things and then just cut it straight. Like it's all factory and it's all there. You literally just line it up, mark it, push the button, and it does it. Super easy. And so they'll just hire anyone that's free just for a few extra bucks.
So you didn't get to print any of the no dumping signs or anything like that.
No, I wish that'd be cool. We did like basketball like signs and stuff like that, like for like the courts, like the basketball courts and stuff like that. But they did other stuff.
You printed like the
3-point line and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, that's legit.
It's like a stencil that like like they would have a bunch of pieces of cardboard and it would be like to make a half court, use this thing, and it's basically tape an A to an A, and then tape the AA to a B, and then tape the AAB to the C, and then you would pre-make all these stencils so that you can just put it on the court and spray painted it. They did a bunch of stuff, but point is, it's a private company, and they easily could have just used their own private resources to just do this on their own.
Yeah. So do you remember that video I played of the lesbian last Thursday with all the Aurora, Colorado stuff going on?
I don't.
Maybe I didn't play that on Thursday, but so I saw a video of a lesbian who was like talking about how she's scared to go out and like.
Oh yeah, I've seen that video.
Okay. So now Donna just made this comment here. I saw a lady apologizing for starting the rumor about the Hells Angels coming because her wife was too scared to go out night. I don't know if she was telling the truth. That would be interesting if maybe that was the same woman who was doing that.
I just love everyone like retweeting that video and being like, so much work into just buying a Glock. Like you could just buy a gun. And didn't she have like a DJ Roomba or whatever? Like the vacuum thing. She she put like a dummy on the little robot vacuum cleaner to make it look like there was a dude inside the house.
I have no idea. Maybe.
Are we talking about two different videos?
Possibly, because I don't remember seeing that. Like that, you're talking about like some Home Alone type shit.
No, she did. This woman went through like I make sure my house always. Oh, she's like she would have like this radio with like a CD player, like the old school ones, and it played like dogs barking. And it's like I always make sure it seems like someone's home. I leave the lights on. the little dummy is walking around the place. There's always a dog barking. She was so paranoid, and she's like, "This is how I live home alone and never leave my house because I'm afraid someone's gonna break in." I thought that's the video you're talking about.
No,
She
the video
goes
I was talking about was someone. It was someone in their
find
car.
it. Oh no, she showed her house. It was like, I have this camera and this reacts to this and this automates this, so it always looks like someone's home, so no one can break into my house and hurt me. And I'm like, oh my god.
So before we
So
get
sad.
into the latest update of what is being said about Colorado, I'm going to answer Savage Dad's question here. Do I want to go to the Ren Fair? That is a solid no. For many reasons. One, I've been to better events than the Ren Fair that are of the same vein, but I don't think they do it anymore. Actually, I want to say the acronym for the people who threw the event was GCA.
Nice.
So
Yay.
now I wonder where they got their acronym from.
I want to, yeah.
Because this other GCA that I'm thinking of, they did like the, you know, it was like the Renaissance age stuff, but they did like LARPing with like actual fucking weapons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a buddy who was super into it.
Interesting.
And it was like a whole week event, and they were out there and they were camping in the fucking mud and everything. It was wild. So we've got the latest not the latest, but a more recent update from Colorado. I didn't see anything coming out on it from today. This is a woman talking about it. Plus, we'll get some stuff about what the governor has had to say, the governor of Colorado, who is a giant piece of shit, might I add.
I have months, almost a year and a half worth of footage from 6 separate cameras. I have a bullet hole through my car. It went in one side and went out the other, hit about 5 things on the way through. My husband also has bullet holes in his car. I called 911, no help comes for me. No help. We were on our own and we were left to die.
I mean, can you imagine being that woman? That's unreal. But help did come for that resident eventually. It was in the form of a city council member named Danielle Jurensky. She helped her move out of the apartment complex, and Jurensky has been sounding the alarm on these gangs, alleged to be migrants from Venezuela. But despite all the video evidence we have seen, Colorado Governor Jared Polis's office says it's a purported invasion that is, quote, largely a feature of Danielle Jurensky's imagination.
Oh, wow.
Why would someone make this shit up?
A man saying that to a woman? It's just her imagination.
Oh,
wow.
Kel's right. It's the SCA, not the GCA. I think they closed their doors because of 2020.
It's the straight CA versus the gay CA.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's what it is. Yep. Oh.
But yeah, this fucking guy.
That's
and today he went a step further, telling the Angle, quote, if Danielle Jurensky has evidence of illegal activity in Aurora that can assist the investigation, it might even be illegal for her to withhold it from the Aurora Police Department.
Bro.
Wait, if Danielle Jurensky has evidence of illegal activity in Aurora that can assist the investigation, it might even be illegal for her to withhold it from the Aurora Police Department, and she could file a report immediately. What do you think she's been trying to do, dude?
And you can only legally like withhold evidence if there's already a report in a trial. You know what I mean? He's like, what is he talking about? This is some crazy, like major, like covering, dude. Like all these politicians, dude, they clearly have an agenda, and they will be willingly make themselves look like idiots to defend the most evil shit because they were told to defend it.
Okay, so before we continue, Nerdy Neo, how you doing?
Hello.
Hey, what's up? Glad
You
to be
familiar
back.
with You familiar with any of the Aurora, Colorado stuff?
No.
Just start over. You'll see it. You'll
Oh
see
my
the
God.
video. Go
I'm
back.
not starting over.
No, just show the videos of the dudes outside the chick's house.
Gaslighting. Yeah.
Gaslighting, yeah.
Okay, so you haven't heard about like the Venezuelan gangs taking over 2 apartment complexes and causing chaos in Aurora, Colorado?
I saw a video on Twitter the other day of some people like walking up to an apartment complex and they all had guns drawn and they just like walked in. I don't know where
Kinda
that
like
was.
this?
Yes,
That one
that's
right
the
here.
video right there. I saw that on Twitter,
Yep,
but I have no idea
yep.
where that was.
Yeah, so this is Aurora, Colorado.
Okay.
Supposedly these gangs have taken over 2 apartment complexes. The police chief has come out and said that there's nothing going on.
He's a governor, I thought.
Well, this is the governor, but the police. So they actually have a sitting police chief in Aurora, and she said that they went through the apartments and they didn't see anything, and no one wanted to share any information with them. They didn't say that, but it's like, yeah, of course these people aren't gonna fucking narc. They're worried about getting offed by their.
You're dumb. You're an idiot. They asked if they even did that. That's another form
There's
of them
footage.
gaslighting the citizens. Well, we're formally going to knock on doors and tell people, have you
Yeah.
seen gang activity in your neighborhood? People see you're at my door. Fuck you. I can't say
They
that.
had the news out there taking footage of them knocking on the doors and everything.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That is even
Yeah.
worse than ignoring it, dude. Because what they're going to do is they can say, hey, we did our job, but you are smart enough to know how gangs work. You are not doing their job. You are doing their bidding.
Well, and it's because of what they did with the news that he could come out and say something like this, saying that if this city councilwoman has evidence of illegal activity and she's not sharing it, that could be illegal and she should file a report immediately. She's been trying to file a report, but no one wants to listen. And now you've gone out and done your due diligence and found nothing, even though we see the videos. We've got videos of them tearing apart a Target parking lot. Like, it was chaos. We watched that last Thursday.
I want to imagine. Oh, sorry. Go for it.
Don't believe your lying eyes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just want to imagine like government bureaucracy, right? Like you file a report, it sits under a bunch of stacks of other reports, and whenever they get to it, they get to it. If there's any kind of like controversy, do they just grab it and just shove it even further down? Like, hey, this report, don't even touch it. It's too hot right now. Or maybe it's not politically correct and they don't even look into these things. It's just, you'd think that the news and like actual like reporter like investigations with the government would somewhat work hand in hand, but only when it's a shooting will they do that. It just feels like they ignore anything that's relevant news to what's going on right now. They willingly ignore it.
So right as Neo was joining, Shock, you said something about like, what would these people's purpose be for lying and the gaslighting, as Donna so well put?
Yep.
Like what would their purpose be? What are they trying to do? When you look at this guy, do you see him as the type going to the cave in the Kingsman?
Well, his boss does. That's right. The people who got him that job in office.
Yeah.
They want open borders and they want to have illegal immigrants in here for whatever reason. Most people think it's for voting. Some people think it's for a type of labor class. But there's always higher ups that appoint people in office and they do their bidding. There's always a bigger guy. And his job is to look dumb and ignore facts and doesn't have to try hard. He's perfect for the job. Ignore controversies, look stupid, and answer stupid, and don't admit guilt to anything. That is his job to whoever put him there. And that's how politics works.
How do you get paid to be that useless?
Oh,
well, not only does he get paid, but he gets paid with your tax dollars.
Yeah.
It's even worse. At least a prostitute has some honor. This is like, you know what I mean?
Well, the prostitute has to do their job to get paid.
That's true. Well, their job is looks, right? And his job is I'm going to sit here and look like an idiot.
Prostitute's job's a little bit more than looks.
So.
Yeah, I was going to say basically something along the lines Donna just said. Yeah, replacing Americans with illegals.
Yeah, replacing American with illegals, and it's more than just replacing Americans with illegals. It is just completely to deteriorate
American
the Western
culture
life,
and
American culture, all of it.
Yeah.
And it's not just American culture; it's European culture. It's all of this shit. Which, by the way, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but the right wing won an election in Germany for the first time since like 1920 something.
Wow.
So watch out, whatever the fuck that means. But the woman who was like kind of like in charge of all this is like, we got to ship them all out. She's like, we got to get rid of these illegals.
What if this is a South Park episode where like Europe just becomes like extremely conservative, and then like all the Americans migrate to Europe, and then all the Europeans migrate.
The big problem with that is like the elections in France that just happened with Macron and all of them. Like that whole thing was a disaster where the left got in bed with the far left in order to win these like emergency elections that they held. I don't know exactly how it all works, but they worked together and took away a ton of seats that the right had won in a previous election. And actually I saw something, I didn't look into it yet, but supposedly rumors have it that they've drafted up like articles of impeachment for Macron. And so it's like those far leftists are now going after him, just as everyone was saying would happen.
Yeah, well, all protests kind of like get psyoped that way, right? Where with France specifically, something randomly unfair happened with their political system that I don't understand. Yes. So something happened politically in France. I don't understand. There are actual people like protesting it, right? And then all of a sudden it just turns into riots out of nowhere. Like that's pretty much like every like political conflict, no matter where it is. And that's what happened in Brazil too, right? Where it's like something extremely unfair happened. There were protests, and all of a sudden it just goes, oh, you can't have free speech. You can't tell this. You can't do this. We got caught on how we did the unfair thing. Again, I don't understand Brazilian's political system, but it just turns into just riots out of nowhere.
One of the things I was going to say a few minutes ago about like what's their goal. It's like in addition to what is agreeing with Donna a few minutes ago, it's like also like driving the law-abiding citizen to the edge and then making them do something crazy, which any normal thinking person would do, but then they make him out to be the bad guy.
Oh yeah. Well, because it's your like tax dollars, right, that pay for all of them. So like an illegal person, like there's been a lot of illegal aliens that have DUIs. They don't get kicked out. But like if you get a DUI, you have to pay all the fines, and all those fines go into state treasuries to pay for buying the iPhones, putting them in New York nice hotels where they can have 3-course meals. You know what I mean? It's anarcho-cap.
3-course meals a day.
Yeah, dude. It's called anarcho-terrorism or whatever, right? Where they force the law on the citizens, and then the illegals are allowed to just be illegal citizens.
Oh yeah, I kind of see how that makes sense. Anarcho-terrorism.
Yeah, I think that was a coin termed by Tim Pool. He called it anarcho-terrorism.
So Timon's got a question. He's like, hear me out. What if the next Yahtzee type comes from America and the freedom fighters come from Germany?
That'd be very ironic.
We shall fight for the freedom.
I think there's too many of us people who hate the super right and the super left. I fucking hate the right. I hate like 90s Republicans. I think they're the worst. And I think current day Democrats are the worst. I think they might be worse than 90s Republicans.
Any political,
they're way more totalitarian than the 90s.
But like any political ideology that just becomes authoritarian is not left, right, conservative, liberal. They're just authoritarian. You know what I mean? Like 80s or 90s Republicans are no different than Democrats today. It's just authoritarianism.
Yes, you're absolutely right, and that's kind of
They're-
been one of the things you've been on since this show started as well. Is that it's just all authoritarianism.
Yeah.
Whether it's with the right wing spin or a left wing spin, it's the same shit.
Yep.
And
Speaking
Donna
of-
here is absolutely right. They're trying to bankrupt us all, destroying the American dollar is the goal.
They're doing a
Today,
good job
I
of
don't
it.
I don't have anything on this, but today Turkey came out expressing interest in joining the BRICS nations that would not use the US petrodollar.
Oh wait, who? Turkey?
The BRICS nations. Yeah, Turkey.
What the heck is this?
geez.
BRICS? I've never heard this.
So BRICS
Oh.
is Russia, China, Iran.
It's rupees. They want you to use the rupees to pay for gas, not
So,
the American dollar.
Yeah, because right now gas is traded in American dollars, and
So I got lots of rupees. I play tons of Zelda.
Yeah, you just break pots and then you can drive to work.
And don't forget cutting grass.
Yes, cut the grass.
Don't think
Racist.
that will work. Although, if someone could figure out how to run a car off of a Nintendo emulator, you might have something there.
It's just Link breaking pots for you. Yeah. That's what was fascinating about the Ukraine stuff is that Biden was trying to get a pipeline from Russia to the UK and have Russia control gasoline when Trump could easily, or Biden, if Trump was president, could have said, hey, Russia, you're going to use American dollars to pay for gas, okay? And that way we can control their economy. Now, the actual political opponents, right, Russia and China, actually have more to compete against each other than be for each other. Like Saudi Arabia, Russia, India, China, they kind of it makes more sense for them to want to sell to each other through rupees, through like the BRICS system. But that would really hurt Western buying power.
That would screw over our country and all of Europe.
Huge.
But what's funny though is it was also discovered earlier today that Europe is buying significantly less amounts of American gas, American oil. Then they're getting it from Russia, which is something Trump used to talk about back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, Germany, you don't want to be dependent on Russia. And yet here they go.
Spank Germany's booty cheeks in front of
Brazil,
the entire world.
India, China, South Africa, Russia.
Oh, I forgot Brazil.
Let's be honest. South Africa doesn't have much of a choice there, do
South Africa is China. Anytime you hear South Africa, you should think China. And actually, I think South Africa is investing a lot into California toll roads for some reason. Very strange word.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the Germans came out earlier this week and said after investigation, it was 2 Ukrainians who blew up the Nord Stream pipeline for something like $1,000.
Oh my god! Do you remember? What was it? Was it CNN or Fox where they were like, "Do I think America blew up the pipeline?" Yeah, I do. Okay, it's what it looks like. Yeah. Do I have any facts or evidence? No, I don't. Like that dude was all of us right now. Like the media's fake and composed and telling the fake news, and he's just like, "Oh my god, did we do it? It looks like we did it."
Am I the only one who wasn't thinking that? Like,
yeah, everybody was thinking that, dude.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, how did we not do that?
How did it make sense?
Because I mean, a lot of that kind of shit kind of on us. We've been like the world police and the world fucking bad guys for a long time. And that's why people are sick of us.
I mean, you caused so much trouble with that pipeline that blowing it up was actually a good move. You know what I mean? Like evil on top of evil, but it's just like, but you were doing evil in the first place. It's so weird. Oil, like that is what makes the world go around, dude, is oil. Oil can easily Trump could have caused saved so like the reason why there was no wars made in the world while Trump was in office is because he controlled oil. He knew that everyone uses the American dollar, and everyone buys our oil. End of story. We're not going to let these other countries try to bully us and control us, but
And you know
Democrats bend over backwards for them.
You know what he's talking about doing now?
What?
Tapping Alaska.
Oh no, Doomsday's here.
Tapping that booty in Alaska.
Oh,
that oil booty in Alaska. And I'm here. I'm all for it.
That's secret. Actually,
It's been well known that very well could be the most oil in the entire
supposed
world.
to be the backup though. So what he had, so the forefront is fracking again and open the Texas refineries.
From what I understand, fracking is a natural gas thing, not an oil thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like,
but it's still energy.
Yeah, that it is energy, but your cars aren't running on that. That's not petroleum where you're getting all your rubber based and plastic based items and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Your tires and all that.
But like within all of Trump's like speeches, he says, "Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack and open the Texas refineries." That's what he's been like drilling this whole time. But I haven't heard the Alaska tap it into the reserves, the American reserves.
Yep.
Probably
Drill, baby, drill. Yep.
Yeah.
Probably needed to refill all the oil reserves that Biden put into the everyday use instead of keeping it for wartime.
Well, I think what you could do is just ask ExxonMobil for the gas they didn't use in 2020 back, and just ask for that for the reserve. Hey, we gave you a big fat tax credit write-off, and we let you keep all the oil you didn't sell, and oil doesn't go bad, so you just drilled more oil and then sold more oil. Can we just have some for our reserves? I know that's like actual fascism, but still a funny fuck you.
So you know what? You guys missed the beginning. But I think that's going to be building back up the oil reserves is going to be one of Trump's first things that he wants to get done, right?
Because that raises the value of the dollar, just the reserves itself too.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I wish it was the amount of gold that we had, but anyhow.
Yeah. At least buying. So our savings will not go up, but your buying power will somewhat go back to normal.
But also at the beginning, I played a clip that came out from Biden yesterday saying that all of our munitions are gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
So I'm pretty sure that's another thing that Trump's going to be like, well, that's another thing I've got to do while they're fighting against him and trying to crash this economy.
Was he going to call Sweden, or who makes the bullets again?
Dude, we can make the fucking bullets here.
That's true too.
We used to. I'm like, do we not make any bullets here at all? I know Remington's got some big operations here.
What state made all the bullets? Was it Texas or Arkansas?
There's some big warehouse up north in my state that does a bunch of stuff. I don't remember who owns it, but there's
I think this is a Alex Baldwin's finger question. You may know.
Well, Savage might know too if he's in the chat.
Oh man, wow.
But so since we were talking authoritarianism, let's talk about authoritarianism in the Democratic nominee, Kamala Harris. She had this to say last week in the midst of everything that's going on.
He has lost his privileges, and it should be taken down. And the bottom line is that you can't say that you have one rule for Facebook and you have a different rule for Twitter. The same rule has to apply, which is that there has to be a responsibility that is placed on these social media sites to understand their power.
That's what Section 230 is.
Jesus Christ.
No shit, dude. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Oh, God. Actually, like, she may accidentally say something base one of these days if they let her keep talking.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday, she's going to have to talk a lot.
Speaking to millions and millions of people without any level of oversight or regulation. And that has to stop.
Yeah, we're getting mono.
That's really annoying.
I want to hear this last bit again.
Sorry.
Without any level of oversight or regulation. And that has to stop.
She wants to take Twitter down.
Yeah.
She wants to take Twitter down.
Jeez.
It's like,
And,
okay, Kamala, then who watches The Watchmen?
the CIA is taking very close notes of what's happening in Brazil. And
They're like, ooh, chomping at the bit.
And they're going to be taking notes on how to pull the same kind of shit here. The CIA already runs these fucking places. So now I've got the Brazil X stuff. I'm gonna start with a very humorous tweet that was sent to me this morning from Mr. Meteor Advocate Timon in the chat.
No. Oh, are we showing the Ackman tweet?
No, that's not yet. But did you guys know that millions of people around the world are setting their VPNs to Brazil to mess with the Brazilian authorities?
Nice.
That's great. Oh, I'm gonna do that.
Goodness.
I thought that was kind of brilliant. I was like, yeah, I should just open a VPN and open like 1,000 Twitter tabs and just
In Brazil, and they got to go find you. Oh my god, this is so sad. Imagine defending Brazil right now, dude.
Yeah.
See? And the man himself, our local Brazilian, says Brazil is the test run. And yeah, they've been a test run for a lot of stuff. Well, America was a test run too, but we don't talk about those elections on this.
You know that's why though,
on this
like
platform.
Brazil is still very like culturally like based. You know what I mean? There's a lot of base people from Brazil.
Yeah.
So I think that's why, like, hey, we really need to step on the neck of our citizens harder because they idolize the West, like the old West, way too much. They're too like conservative and like Christian values too much, like the old West. The thing we're trying to get rid of, there's too many people that have that opinion here. So they got to fight even more dirty against them. It's really sad to see.
Yeah, so obviously I hadn't heard that till just now. The people like mess with Brazil by setting their VPNs
hysterical
to Brazil. But I'm assuming that there are people, lots of people on the other side who are like defending this whole, Brazil thing.
Well, let's talk about that.
Because if there are, which I'm assuming there are, because there are a lot of retarded people out there, it's the epitome of the meme of the basement dweller with the knife saying, stop making fun of the multi-billion-dollar company, but instead of this, in this case, it's stop making fun of the, the entire country's government.
So here is the one example that I've
perfectly?
decided to bring tonight because I think the Act Man is a giant turd of a human being.
Okay. So I've heard about this guy's name a lot, the Act Man. I know nothing about him other than I've heard his name mentioned a lot.
His big claim to fame was he made fun of someone for having a super terrible take on Elden Ring. And that person he made fun of got his channel demonetized and everything. And there was this whole thing. And
well, before politics became mainstream, Ackman was one of the top YouTubers. He covers video games. If you go watch an Ackman video from 2018, from 2016, from 2012, from 2010, he's been doing this for a long time. You would really enjoy his videos because he just talks about video games.
Okay.
And so it's very, very clear that he knows nothing about politics. He kind of feels the right, feels the left, felt the right again, and now he still thinks it's more, I guess, brand friendly to just pander to the left wing. I think he's finally convinced himself, nah, I don't think the tide is changing for the air quote like establishment left, I'm going to keep doubling down and tweet about leftist politics and banter to that side of the aisle because it's becoming more and more unpopular instead of just being yourself. So Ackman doesn't know anything about politics. He's just full of shit.
What's up, Forkin?
So, hey, Forkin, how you doing, good sir? I don't think Ackman believes the words that are coming out of his own mouth.
No, he doesn't know anything about politics. He doesn't know what he's saying.
I will prove that in this thread.
He doesn't know anything.
Okay. I saw this tweet the other day, and I replied. I think I just said, "Are you retarded?"
Yes, he is.
Yeah. So
He is.
let's get into it. So it says farewell to the people of Brazil. There's been a lot of tweets about how they're gonna miss all the Brazilian baddies and all that stuff. There's been
Oh no,
out there.
no, the butt lifts are gone. The beaches.
So and then he goes on to say Elon has nosedived this site into the fucking gutter.
Oh my god.
Really?
Because Elon won't remove the political opponents of the judge who is actually breaking the Brazilian laws that they have in place.
That's nosediving the site into the gutter. Right.
This is why he's a liberal at heart, because he wants to like get involved with emotional arguments, even though he doesn't understand the context.
So, okay. Now forking around, there's nothing wrong. Stupid thing is I used to watch him regularly and enjoy his game criticisms. A lot of us have done that.
Oh no.
I used to watch Nick Rekieta.
Oh, we all dude. Everyone, we all watch our YouTubers and are embarrassed. I used to watch Review Tech USA. Okay,
Review Tech used to be good. Kinda.
I never even heard that guy's name until he started making beef with the quartering for no
Until he became a lol cow. Yep. He used to just review tech. It was all right.
Or talk about video games. You know, like both videos were cool.
So he
happens to all of us, Forkin.
Yes, it does. So he tweets this out, and someone replies under him, "You really defending that tyrannical government?" And this is his reply. Oh my God. Sigh. And he posts the meme. Twitter, the only place where well-articulated sentences still get misinterpreted. You could say, I like pancakes, and somebody will say, so you hate waffles? No, bitch, that's a whole new sentence. What the fuck you talking about? That's not what's happening here, dude.
No.
You said you're blaming Elon for the tyranny, for not succumbing to the tyranny of Brazil.
Well, look at other replies. He says, people on X are breaking Brazilian law and Elon's not doing anything about it. Therefore, you are defending a tyrannical government. The context is there.
We'll get to that. But like, so him posting this,
he doesn't see this as defending the Brazilian government.
Yeah, so me seeing this tells me that he has no idea what he's actually set up here.
No,
he has no clue, and that's why I say he doesn't believe the words that are actually coming out of his own mouth.
Well, it's because he just looks at other left people.
He's just saying what he thinks he's supposed to be saying.
And what are Angry Joe's thoughts on?
He thought he was.
Like, I need to know other content creators who are left leaning, and I don't want to lose my audience that's majority left. That's how they view it.
Who's this Neon retard too? Because he is responsible. Are you serious?
I hate Neon. Oh wait. Oh
no, I don't know.
Not that Neon. I thought I meant.
Are you talking about Neon with a K?
Yeah, the one that does the video.
Yeah, I've seen that name a lot lately too.
Oh no, I like Clownfish.
Is it Neon Clownfish?
There's too many neons. I'm talking about the Indian kid that does the videos with Aiden Ross and
that's what I thought you were
talking about. Idiot.
That's the Neon with the K, right?
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
I think so.
It's Neon.
I love Clownfish TV. Don't worry.
So and then this guy even posts like what's actually happening, and this Neon is like, because he is like, you're not even.
Elon is responsible for the Brazilian government.
Brazil, would you like to use our American like free like marketing platform? No? Okay, go fuck yourself then. Like, there's more for you to lose to not have Twitter as a country.
Oh yeah. So why are people siding with the government censoring stuff? He says Elon's position has been free speech unless you break the laws. People are breaking the laws of Brazil, and he refuses to comply or do anything about it. Dude is a liar. He turned this app into a propaganda machine. This should be a learning moment for Ahmed.
Comply with what?
American law, and then now it's propaganda.
Propaganda
Which one is
because
it?
He's not censoring the right like they used to.
Well, what should have Ahmed's first question been about all this before he decided he needed to speak out?
Why are they censoring
before he needed to say
Twitter?
Yes. What are these people saying that they want them to be removed from Twitter.
Yeah, I want to know why someone should be removed. Like, I need
Well,
to
you
see
know what?
evidence
That's not
of
getting
that.
reported anywhere.
No.
As a matter of fact, it's not even in the paperwork that the judge sent to Twitter, which Twitter has been releasing all the information on it.
Well, we had the Twitter files where they would just
Yes.
say, hey, these group of influencers that talk about this subject, we want them censored. Like, they don't actually give reasons to, because the reason is pretty clear and they want the platforms to just comply. And as the government of Brazil, they think that a platform would just comply to whatever demands they want, but they find out, no, unless you actually give an actual reason, I'm not going to do it.
Twitter files, you say? Literally the Alexandra files.
Yep.
X started this, and you know what? I need to make an effort to stop calling it Twitter.
I'm still going to.
I think Elon has done his due justice. It's not perfect, but Elon's doing really fucking good with
They're
this
making
website.
sense, and I hate you. I don't want to call it X.
And
I don't either, Shock.
I need to stop dead naming.
No, oh, you're the woke right. What are you doing with your dead naming shit?
I was always
I
saying
stole that from Elon himself. He's like,
God
don't dead
damn
name
you.
it.
Yeah, that was funny.
I was always using the argument that it's still twitter.com, even
Not
though people were
anymore.
calling it X, but then they finally did switch it to x.com. Like,
Yep.
I can't use that argument anymore, but I don't want to call it X.
I just can't wait to stream on X videos.
The government wants what's best for you, so comply, damn it.
Damn it, comply.
So this is an account specific that X has put together to specifically put out what they're getting from the Brazilian government. They have included the actual documents, and people are saying Elon's out here doxing people because he's putting their full name, and it's like their name is in their fucking Twitter which means, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to look up at X Fisher. X.com.
Just some like fake accounts.
At X Fisher.
Twitter.
His name is his fucking.
You shouldn't do that on Twitter though. Like, Twitter's not like.
Well, so
it's purely information social media. It's not like Facebook.
Yeah, it's like, why would you put your real name on your account unless you're freaking Jordan B. Peterson?
Yes, exactly.
I have it on good authority. Like, so there was some weird stuff going on about how, like, remember how, like, the day after all this happened, they were going to fine these people $9,000 to use a VPN.
A day.
So there's something that came out that they weren't doing that, but they still are. And then I have it on good authority that they are only able to do that to people who actually are using Twitter under their real names.
I don't know, dude. I feel
so if you're in Brazil and you're using a VPN and your Twitter account isn't attached to your real name, you could be good to go. I am not recommending doing that because what if
we are not financial analysts?
Yeah, financial analyst, nothing. I'm not a fucking lawyer.
I just mean how anytime someone talks about finance, they're like, we're not financial analysts. So it's like, we're not Brazilian Twitter consultants.
I don't recommend taking the risk of any sort of fine at all.
What I
being said, Timon, what's your plan?
Yeah, what you doing? I think Timon said that he hates Twitter. He doesn't have a Twitter.
Okay.
But I feel like he probably wants one now because his government said you can't have one. Timon's like, fuck you,
now
man.
I want one, dang it.
Maybe I'll put my real name on it. Fuck you. What I don't like about like laws and government is like they'll make something a law and they won't enforce it. Right? So it's kind of like, oh, legally, my real name isn't on my Twitter account. Therefore, you can't prove it's not me. In a tyrannical government, they don't care. If you are influential and you have an anonymous account and then any suspicion it's you, they're just going to find you and arrest you and do whatever they want. Or they're not going to actually fine anybody the $9,000 a day. It's just a threat, a deterrent to prevent more people from actually using the platform. This is what's so confusing about laws and shit right now.
Good for you, Timon.
Oh, nice. That's where my grandmommy's from. Fresh off the boat.
Huh?
She's from the Netherlands. Mayonnaise
Ray Day.
man can make up
Mayonnaise
stuff.
man makes stuff up on the internet. Aurora, Colorado, hoping the bikers come here.
Who's Mayonnaise Man?
I don't know who Mayonnaise Man is, but I've got bad news for you. I don't think the
Pac-Man.
bikers are going to be going there.
I got
I might
news
have
for you.
clickbaited you, but I did. To be fair, I put a question mark at the end of the title of this.
Question mark?
That alleviates all culpability.
Oh, man.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, you see, Media Advocate Timon's not even a Brazilian. He's from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Good for you. I've always wanted to go.
Okay.
Oh, he's part of the based farmers. See, the Netherlands.
Oh, he's the one throwing the shit all over the fucking public buildings.
Was that Netherlands that was happening?
Yes, Dutch. Dutch is Netherlands. So when they say Dutch farmers, it's Netherlands.
Oh.
That's how you protest. You don't block a intersection where citizens drive. You throw shit at the government buildings where they work. That's what you do.
Yeah, I knew Dutch and Netherlands was the same. I just didn't remember what country it was that they were doing that.
Yeah. I gotta find the other Dutch girl who has the milk. The
Wait,
girl
what?
that was married to or engaged with Will Witt from PragerU. The Dutch girl, the girl who does the Dutch, who she advocates for the farmers, and she's like
Are you
really
talking
hot.
that
and she's
Ava
holding
chick?
A bunch of, yeah.
God damn, she's smoking hot.
And she's holding milk.
God,
I have
she's
no
so
idea who
hot.
the hell you're talking about.
It's like Ava Vanderlanden something. But
Something
God,
like-
she is so freaking hot.
I'm gonna find the milk. Don't worry, I'm gonna find the milk.
So we're gonna, Neo. I apologize beforehand, but we're gonna talk a little bit of sports ball
Okay.
All right,
because this shit's funny as hell.
Patrick Mahomes, or what's his name?
It's not. No. That's
Okay.
not even it. This
Oh,
this
no.
happened today. Philadelphia Eagles fan just took matters into his own hands by placing copies of the team's statement rebuking the counterfeit Kamala Harris ads on one of the ads at a bus stop. This is absolutely glorious. Whoever did these ads is guilty of election interference. Also, why hasn't the FBI launched an official investigation? Because they probably put the ads there themselves.
Oh my gosh.
This is a serious violation of federal and state election law. So if you did not know,
Wait, what? I don't understand.
so there's this, you see this ad? This is Kamala up in some Eagles gear.
Bruh,
In Philadelphia.
that's some gay shit.
And so what's this guy putting on in front of it?
So he's putting up the statement that the Philadelphia Eagles made. Give me 1 second. I will pull that up.
Oh, Real Wade's got the next article, dude. That
Oh,
49er player that got shot.
I don't have that pulled up, but I did see that.
I was saying years ago, if you sign with like the Ravens, you should get you should have to get paid more just to live
Be
in
strapped
Maryland.
and wear a vest.
No. You're not allowed to own a gun in Maryland, and yet you're supposed to be an 20-year-old kid with like 18 grand in your bank, just walking around Maryland. That's not fair.
So the Philadelphia Eagles said, "We are aware of counterfeit political ads are being circulated and are working with our advertising partner to have them removed."
The Eagles said that gay shit ain't ours.
Kamala Harris did not have the approval of the Philadelphia Eagles to put her ass out there like that.
Oh, so she just went ahead and did it without permission
cheating.
of the team?
She's trying to say that the Philadelphia Eagles were backing her.
Okay.
Because it even said official candidate across the bottom of the ad.
Oh, okay. So like the team was endorsing her, which they weren't.
Well, there's actually a few teams that do like endorse politicians. Like it's not out of the ordinary. It's just the Eagles don't support her, and she faked them supporting her.
So I don't have the information here, but I believe Tim Pool is looking into suing the Kamala Harris's
I need
campaign
to look into that.
Oh, I saw that as a headline somewhere.
because they took a clip from one of his shows completely out of context, trying to
Shocker.
make him look like a fucking tyrant.
I need to see that.
Oh, you know what? I think I saw that in my
The-
feed
the-
today,
the-
and I added it to my playlist.
If you
but I've been
want,
busy and
if
haven't
you
watched
want
it yet.
an extra healthy dose of fake news, go follow the @Kamala HQ Twitter account because it is disgusting the shit that they put out. They did the same thing. They did the same thing to Benny Johnson and the quartering.
It was a quartering thumbnail that I saw today about Tim Pool killing Kamala Harris. I haven't watched the video yet.
Wait, you mean the Joe Biden press account, the parody one?
No. I mean the actual Kamala's campaign account, which is Kamala HQ. Yeah,
actual. Oh my god.
Yeah, her actual. It is absolutely disgusting. They post so much crap out of context. It's unbelievable what they've done.
She has 2 accounts, bro. She actually has 2 accounts.
Hold on, I'll find you the right one.
No. I see the right. She actually
Kamala HQ.
No,
and then there's the Kamala HQ lies account as well.
She has a VP account and a running for president account. That's insane.
Yep.
That is wow.
So this account here, I'll even drop it in the chat. This is some low rent fucking shit. Go look at this profile.
I'm coming.
I'm gonna go drop it in the YouTube chat. This is a low rent, like whoever made that logo and everything, like that is some cheap ass stuff. But I am sharing that strictly because if you want to see how these people are presenting themselves in such a fictional way, they are gaslighting the hell out of everyone. They are lying through their damn teeth. As a matter of fact, they probably don't even have any more teeth because they're so rotted with lies.
Everyone's following it. Interesting. So what is this account? It says providing context. So they're basically just
this is the same account that was the Biden's campaign account, and they moved it over. They just changed the @ and everything and made it Kamala.
But the verified check mark is a normal check mark, though.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be gray or yellow? Because
so
it's not an official.
This is just the campaign.
But okay,
this is not her.
All right. I still feel like it would have that yellow check mark, but interesting.
Yeah, it's different because literally I never followed this account. I was following Biden's campaign account, and this turned into that.
Oh, interesting. Maybe don't you have to get verified blue and then get another process to get verified yellow or something?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Interesting.
So I was looking at that Twitter account and I scrolled down just a little bit, and one of the headlines that they had was Harrison Walls blitz the blue wall while Trump phones it in on Labor Day. He's not in office.
Oh my god.
You are.
Holy crap. That's a good point, bro. And they gave him the static. Pull this up. They gave him the Joe Rogan gray filter.
Oh,
they put Trump on the gray filter to make him look sick and old, and oh my god, this is bad. Pull it, and then
did they do the Joe Rogan thing? Yeah.
Yes, they did the Joe Rogan gray filter. This was actually, I'm pretty sure this was the golf trip. Nah, his ear's okay. Or I don't know. Is this the golf trip after? I don't remember. But anyway, this is retarded.
I think that hat only says 45 on the side. It doesn't say 47.
Oh yeah, you're right. This is old.
So this is an old photo.
Oh yeah, he's kind of bigger.
Yeah, he's bigger because he's lost weight since
After
then,
COVID.
and that never fucking happens when you've been a president.
Well,
it's never happened.
It's because he got sick. He got COVID.
Well, I'm not just that, but I'm talking about even since after he was president during these last 4 years, he has gotten in better shape.
Yep, he stopped eating fast food and hired a private chef, I think.
Like an NBA player.
Yeah, well, he said his assistant said, actually, you would save money on a private chef instead of paying someone to go pick you up fast food. That's literally what they told him. I mean, he was like, well, if it's cheaper. He doesn't care about his health. It's just if it's cheaper, he'll do it. I love it. I also love when I scroll through the Kamala comments, I only get all the parody accounts that I follow. Those are all the comments. Oh man.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else to cover before going into.
We have our what's it called? I forgot what the word is. For Timon, our Dutch lady, our milk lady, our palate cleanser.
Oh, yeah. I'm not pulling that up.
Why not?
All right. So here is tonight's palate cleanser.
Let's
we'll do the palate cleanser,
go.
and then we'll go into like the kind of meme
Yeah.
things, and then I am going to close the show on a very different note from normal. I have some old footage of things that our government has done in the past, and I would like to kind of do this regularly to remind people of how fucked shit is.
Mhm.
But also, I'm going to play another video that is going to be as a follow-up to leave on like a good note.
I like it. Okay, so
So-
you're making your own. You're splicing the black and the white pill and making the
Yes.
balanced
Yes.
pill, the
Yes.
static pill.
Sure, if that's what you want to call it. But before we get into that, we have the Milk Maiden that we will all ogle at for a moment,
Yes.
and then I have another video before that from the RFK team that they made about TDS that I thought would be funny to watch.
All right.
So, for Mr. Timon, here is a photo of the Milk Maiden. What's her name
Yes.
again? Ava
Vandersloot.
Ava something Dutch, German, something.
She's the Dutch lady. Beautiful.
She says she has a reputation to uphold and farmers to support.
Hell yeah.
Get yourself some raw milk. And then is that
That's
the
the
French flag?
Netherlands. That's the Netherlands.
Oh, the
flag.
Netherlands. Oh, okay.
It's backwards because the blue's on top.
Right.
But yep. Hail the Netherlands. Hail farmers. Smoking.
She does have a very nice face.
Mm-hmm. She used to date the Will Wheaton guy from
Will Wheaton?
Not Will Wheaton. Will Witt from PragerU.
I should know who Will Witt is.
He's the guy who would that's the only time I ever liked PragerU was his videos, to be honest, because he would go to a liberal college and ask them, like, he would like dress up in like a sombrero and a mustache and a poncho on Cinco de Mayo, and he's like, "Do you think I'm being racist?" And then
Okay.
all the liberals would be like, "This is extremely cultural appropriation. You're super racist," and yada yada yada. And then he'll go to like a Mexican mart in LA and talk to like Mexican people, and he'd be like, "Do you like my outfit?" And then they go, "Sí, el guapo." Yeah. He would just trigger a bunch of college students, and it was really funny. He's basically like a well-mannered change my mind Steven Crowder, if he was respectable and nice to people
and not a douchebag. Okay.
Well, that's what's funny, because he's super nice and they're just screaming at him, and he's like, "I'm just asking a question. I just want to know your opinion on why I don't think we should pay people reparations." Like, he's super nice about it.
God.
But they're triggering the fuck out of these college students. It's so funny.
Yeah, step away.
Kind of like maybe kind of like Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, a little bit. I liked him though. His videos are funny.
All right, so we got this video that's about TDS from the RFK.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to play this. I love this. This is so great.
I haven't watched the full thing, so and if you guys need to stop, if you guys want me to pause it, just say pause.
That's Timon. Just I noticed that as well. That's her birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, it's her birthday.
The hot chick's birthday.
Right.
September 2nd.
Let's see, does she have her DMs open?
She got married, I think.
Ah, dang.
Yeah.
Oh, DMs are open.
Oh,
she have premium.
You gotta pay for it.
I'm not paying for that.
Pay for the milk lady.
She might be one of those, if you subscribe, she follows back.
Maybe.
Are you or your loved ones suffering from illnesses such as TDS, also known as Trump derangement syndrome? Do you dismiss or deny the current issues facing our country, such as historic inflation, illegal immigration, corporate corruption,
What was that?
World War III escalations?
Yeah, the guy juggling.
What was the juggle with the avocados?
All these other clips like make sense what they're talking about. And then these juggling avocados, like what?
This dude's like, these cost $2 now.
Just some dude juggling at his job, just
Wearing
trying
a
to get
mask.
through the day.
God, I saw like 10 people wearing masks yesterday while I was out. It's like, God, you people are freaking dumb.
They're pushing the
people are
COVID thing.
getting-
I saw a map that had COVID COVID numbers, and every state was either high or
Bro,
very high.
everyone, we had a family gathering. Everyone in my family has COVID but me. All of them except me.
You didn't get it?
Nope.
And you're the only one who didn't get it.
I'm the only one that didn't get it.
Didn't get jabbed.
And
Yes.
they're a little
ironic.
My grandma a little passive aggressive about it. But that's okay. Grandma's allowed to do that.
A little passive aggressive about you not getting the jab, or passive aggressive about you not getting sick while everyone else did?
I'm
A
not
little
sure.
bit of both.
I'm not sure. I just hope she gets better.
You know, if she says anything, be like, "Look, I'm the only one who's not sick." If grandma's being passive aggressive, I think she might appreciate some sass.
It's okay. I'm not sick. I feel good. Anyway.
Illegal immigration, corporate corruption, World War III escalations, and the chronic disease epidemic. Are you willing to elect someone who was the least popular vice president in modern history and who offers no policy or vision for America simply because your brain keeps telling you anyone but Trump? If so, you might be struggling from TDS. Introducing independence.
I love this.
So good. Introducing independence. Except not really. Oh, there was a thing about Trump that I wanted to talk about. We'll do it after this.
Independence allows you the freedom to finally think independently once again. Instead of believing everything you hear from the mainstream media.
That guy allegedly killed his assistant and never saw a day in court.
That's Jake Tapper, right?
No, that's the guy from the Morning Joes. What's his fucking name?
Oh, I've seen that guy. I didn't know who he was.
I know if Duke Devil's in here, he'll know it.
Independence allows for constructive critical thinking.
I used to hear people on the news say things like
Donald Trump and the movement he has encouraged are a threat to democracy.
And I instantly believed it. With independence, I now realize the media is run by the Democrat elite, who are a corrupt oligarchy that censors free speech, silences political opponents, supports forever wars, and abandons democracy by anointing its candidates.
Boom.
Nailed it.
Independence may not.
Meteor Advocate Timon wants to put independence.
We
in
need
the
to
water.
put that in the water along with the fluoride.
We should replace the fluoride with independence.
Be for everyone.
You know how you would do that? It's called testosterone.
If you enjoy being lied to about your president's cognitive abilities, support Orwellian totalitarianism, or are excited about communist fiscal policy, independence may not be right for you. Common side effects of independence may include an awakening of rational thought, successfully identifying propaganda, freedom of choice,
I love how they
loss of
focused on
hatred.
Chris Cuomo when they said that.
Well, do you know what he was saying at that moment when they did what clip that's from?
I think so.
Can you go back to
when he was actually that was from when he was criticizing the DNC about the $500,000 skyboxes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like is that how much like whatever like arena that they did that at? They used
the United Center in Chicago. Yeah, they were charging $500,000. Now the Republicans do the same fucking shit, but it's pay to play, baby. It's pay to play.
Anti-narcissistic behavior and love of democracy.
I used to blindly hate whoever my party was running against. I didn't care about facts or policy because I was hoping.
Skeet, skeet, Kamala.
Is that the what? Okay. Is that him?
Yeah, he was literally singing Skeet, Skeet, Kamala.
What's that, guys? Is that Lil Wayne?
Lil Jon.
No, that's not. Lil Wayne loves Trump.
I don't know. Listen to any of that crap, so I don't know.
Lil Wayne
who.
loves
There's a huge difference between Lil Jon and Lil Wayne, and it's
I don't know.
talent.
I listen to rock and metal, so I
Lil
hate
Jon
rap.
does not have any fucking talent. Lil Wayne, on the other hand,
Purposely indoctrinated. With independence, I'm much more interested in policies that uphold democracy, and I truly care about the health of our country and its citizens.
Ask your doctor if independence is right for you, and enjoy your freedoms once again.
I thought that was brilliant.
So good.
So before we go into what I'm the like kind of like end of the show bit.
Oh, I thought that was it. That was
no. I've got more. I've got two more videos. One is a black pill. Shock put it right. One's a black pill and one's a white pill.
Okay. I was like, I thought that was the light note to end the stream on.
No. But before we do that, what do you guys think about Trump's IVF thing that he announced last week?
Oh, I haven't heard anything. What is it that he said?
The government's going to pay for it. Now, obviously, we don't have the details. But I'm completely against it.
Yeah,
I think we need to find ways to make it cheaper. I think that's what we should be focusing on, and having RFK do his thing with the health fucking industry, whatever that is, to make it so that Americans don't have to pay so much more for the same shit that they're paying next to nothing across the ocean.
Yeah,
that makes no damn sense.
Basically, the opposite of abortion. I don't want federal money going to abortion either. So I'd say, I'm not for federally funded IVF either.
And I understand there's some people who really could use the help. There's broke ass people that want to have babies that can't have babies, and that fucking sucks. But there's adoption as an option. Just to the side note.
Yeah, I don't like
the government. We should not be. It's another form of welfare. It's another. It's anti-capitalist.
But the thing is, though, is like this is why they keep calling Trump like a 90s Democrat, is because he has the government programs, but he knows how to fund the government because government is a business and he will at least run it like a business.
When I heard that,
say that Republicans are like Democrats 20 years later or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
When I heard that, I felt like Bill Clinton. Like Bill Clinton was president.
Enough money is coming in to where you can do all that stuff, and that's why people vote for it. Versus now, we're all romanticizing like libertarianism, like no taxes, right? But back then, it was just, hey, the value of your dollar stayed, right? Your buying power wasn't affected. Money was coming in, and then they also have the government programs. So you didn't notice it like you do now, because now the Fed is just printing, and everyone's losing buying power, and the middle class is shrinking till we're all just the same citizens and are all broke and we all have to rely on the government. But that's not what's going to happen. It's going to collapse much harder than that. But yeah, that is why Trump can do these things and actually get away with it versus what Democrats do, even though I don't like the idea of it.
I don't like it at all, and I think a lot of people that support him don't understand what that means. They're like, oh, just a great idea from Trump. Yes, more babies, which we need. We really need. But can we figure out the root of the problem and why this is so expensive as opposed to just start giving it away?
It really goes to
because
like
also when they do that, they charge the government more money than what it would cost the average citizen.
Yep. They're really comfortable shitting on Trump supporters that have backed him no matter what, you know what I mean, just to kind of get more votes. That's like a trend that I've seen with him. Like everything's about getting new votes, you know what I mean? Like they're okay, you know what I mean? They're okay offending the staunch Trump supporter even though they don't support IVF because you're gonna vote for him anyway, and they realize that, they know that.
So another big thing about the IVF stuff is like that's how gays buy babies.
Okay,
I'm
Jeremy,
completely against buying babies, whether you're gay.
Yeah, I know.
Like I am super against that shit.
Is that like a requirement?
In vitro fertilization for the gays to have a baby?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't exactly know what IVF is, other than I know it helps fertility.
It's an artificial insemination type thing.
Yeah.
Okay, then that makes sense.
And they put it into a host.
How do they decide which one?
Oh
they
God,
they don't. So they basically, it's kind of like a coin.
They play
flip.
rock paper scissors.
It's designer babies.
Yeah, it is.
They do a bunch of like genetic testing and stuff. And with the what do they call them, the zygotes or
mm-hmm.
and then if they don't like what the genes are telling them, they just throw that shit away and on to the next one.
Yeah, because they partially do grow it before they put it in the host, and that's the disturbing part. And you're flushing so many of those zygotes down.
Well, I meant to be like, in a gay couple who gets to decide, which one gets to be the genetic father?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
What's that YouTuber?
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Dave Rubin.
No, well, he's another one.
He wasn't as
Shane
open.
Dawson did a video about how they went through picking out which baby they wanted.
I'm
And it
pretty
was
sure he
absolutely
yeah, it was disgusting. It was.
Adopting or
creating it, buying it.
I mean, you gotta
whose
pay for
genes would be
adoption,
better?
too.
Whose
like
which
going through
Lego
which
came
one
out best?
they were talking about which genes they had like a list of the genes that were available in the zygotes that they
The
had ready
zygotes.
for them.
They are zygotes.
Is this
Daddy,
like-
their parents are gay.
Like instead of using their own, are they using like a sperm bank?
Well, no, they're using their own, but they're
No,
like also
they're-
getting to like pick and choose. Like I said, it's like designer babies because they're getting to pick and choose like eye color and all of this stuff and like other things, and they just wasted a ton of them because
they kind of inseminate and grow, and then they kind of choose which one they want to actually
I've
put
not
into
heard
the host.
I've not heard about this this in depth.
Yeah, it's pretty disturbing.
it's one of my least favorite things on this planet.
That's pretty terrible.
That and communists.
Yeah, well, that's my least favorite thing. Fuck commies. I hate commies.
Hey,
that's why I'm playing.
They don't like the term commie. They like the term freedomly challenged.
Freedomly challenged.
I'm not going to respect their pronouns either. I don't give a shit. All right.
That reminds me of when Doom Eternal came out and a bunch of leftists got their panties in a twist about the demons being called mortally challenged.
Oh my god.
That was great.
Oh my god, these fucking people. All right, boys. I got the black pill of the night for y'all.
Oh no.
This is some footage from back in the Hurricane Katrina days and some things that our government did back then.
How long ago was that?
2010? 12? 11? 10?
Yeah. Let me see.
But I want to do this to remind you of things that our government has done. Just like what we lived through with 2020, we need to not forget these things.
We're tripping.
2005,
bro.
2005.
Almost 20 years ago.
You know what?
I'm thinking of Sandy. I'm thinking of
that was
Sandy.
during Bush. That makes sense.
Yeah.
God, how they fucked this up. And don't look too much into Katrina. You don't want to find the truth there.
Was it Mother Nature?
Climate
expressing her
change.
hatred for who was elected.
Yeah.
It was God saying I made the right decision.
But the reason I want to do this is because we need to remember these things. We can't forget what happened in 2020. And we need to not let that ever happen again. And the only way we're going to do that is if we do try to remember these things. And the only way we're going to remember is if watching old shit like this. So,
oh yeah, dude. Like in 2020, like I watched like a lot of old 2015, 2014, 2016 YouTube videos, and I wonder if today a lot of people are going back and watching old 2020 videos. You know what I mean? Because all this is documentation.
George Bush hates black people.
Cash is the most classiest motherfucker.
Was that
on the
Kanye?
internet.
Kanye, yeah.
Bush hates black people, and Taylor Swift
Now-
album sucked.
This is a massive. And you know what? I wouldn't even call it a black pill. This is a gray pill.
Static pill. There's a positive and a negative.
Because I have a massive white pill after this. Also, if you ever want to,
Oh yeah.
pause and talk about something, just say it. I'll stop it.
Today in New Orleans, they got a lot tougher on the holdouts.
Police department, anyone home?
Not only the flooded areas, but New Orleans' driest and wealthiest neighborhoods, too.
Police department!
The police and National Guard going street by street, house to house.
Doing
Notice how
what?
they're taking forever to spit out what they're doing, right?
Yeah, what do you need guns for?
All right. Well, it's
I have
coming
no
up.
idea
but
what they're doing.
It has taken them 23 seconds to spit out what the hell these people are doing.
We need to make sure, too, that whenever we knock on doors, people refuse to leave. We need to make note, call it in.
They say there are no orders to use force, just strong persuasion, sometimes entering open houses with guns drawn.
That's
instructions to disarm anyone inside.
You say guns will be taken, and no one will be able to be
that.
armed. We will take all weapons.
Wait,
Did you hear that?
what?
Take all the weapons.
They're taking all the weapons.
On what grounds do they have any authority to do that?
So that the criminals have the freedom to take what they want.
And they were doing it at places that were damaged by flood damage and places that weren't damaged by the flood. They were taking everyone's gun in New Orleans.
Oh, flood, water. Okay. I was like,
Bush hates black people.
Flood water, not the flood from Halo.
Yes, exactly. Like, oh, gotta get rid of them spores. Could destroy the entire planet.
There was a lot of spores after Katrina, but not that kind.
And that happened today in this wealthy neighborhood where homeowners had armed them.
Now, there's going to be some talk from the military people who are doing this. And,
themselves to protect their mansions. Residents were handcuffed on the ground. In the end, police took their weapons but let them stay in their homes.
They were a little bit threatened because our weapons were bigger than their weapons.
That's funny.
That's great.
They're going to compensate him a huge cock.
So this is the part where the people in the military have what they have to say, and this is at first, I'll get you guys' thoughts on it when it's over.
For many of the police and guard troops, it is an uncomfortable job to do this in an American city.
Yeah, you never expect to do this in your own country.
Why are
Chris
you
Montgomery
doing it
says
then?
It's his job.
How is that your job to confiscate
people's
weapons?
He's
just
got
no
a
right to do
pension
that.
to worry about.
Just wait. It's not over.
He'd rather be in Iraq than patrolling American neighborhoods.
Walking up and down these streets, you don't want to think about the stuff that you're gonna have to do if somebody pops around the corner.
Then
Let me shoot him
don't
tomorrow.
do it. That's domestic terrorism.
Yep.
These are the worst. And you know what? Everyone who backs the blue, everyone who thinks that the military is going to turn around, will not support an authoritarian. You're wrong. You're fucking wrong.
Well, we've touched upon this before. Like the reason why, like the
Every one
military
of these dudes deserve to get shot at.
has the gay dad commercials, right? Is because propaganda is more powerful. And that's what they're just going to use. They don't care about the citizens. They don't care about actual power. It's like, no, it's an information war now. And we'd rather invest it in propaganda than just a military for defense. Because America doesn't stay in defense. They stay in the offense. And we're in an information war. Or I say the Cold War never ended.
Real quick, Wade, I agree. The bank should have failed.
Yes.
I've never bailed those fuckers
Too
out.
big to fail. You know what? We should that should be an illegal word. I know I'm free speech, but if you're a politician, you're not allowed to say those words, or else you have to step down in office.
That should be an idea that's just never even considered in this country. Too big to fail? Fuck you.
If you say too big to fail, you have to take a lap around the courthouse.
Talk about fucking rich privilege.
A lap around the Capitol Mall.
Yeah, and then what's
left.
her name? What's the old lady's name who thinks she's Cherokee Indian or whatever? Liz Cheney. Liz Cheney would
Liz
probably
Cheney.
have a heart attack before she finishes her lap.
Oh, geez. All right, let's see what else we got left of this.
Yeah, she's charted.
Well, I don't want you in here.
We're not gonna do that.
I don't want you in here, period.
But there's a mandatory evacuation.
I know all about it.
What the F? If people don't want to leave, you don't have the right to force them to.
It's insane.
Massive constitutional fucking.
If they want to stay there
Violation,
and die, they have every right to do that.
Oh, Elizabeth Warren. Sorry, Kel's right.
Oh,
Elizabeth Warren. Two deplorable old
Is there
ladies.
a difference?
No, there's really not. But accuracy counts.
So yeah, the American government was taking away innocent people's guns because they just didn't want them to have them.
Yeah, under what pretense? Like, I would feel like it.
I approve.
What possible pretense matters?
None.
There's
nothing you could say that would make that justifiable.
Oh, funny you should mention that, Steve. I would sue them. Allow me to scroll down.
Well, to them, they would have just said it was an emergency, like a national.
The military told us to do it, therefore it
want.
is okay.
So,
well, the state declares emergency, and the state can kind of do whatever it wants. I think
this look back into history comes to us from some bitch I know on Twitter. Worth a follow.
That's her. Her
yeah,
name
yeah.
on
Her
Twitter.
tag is because she likes to get banned.
I thought you were just calling her some bitch you know on Twitter.
No. That's literally her tag.
Okay. I got you now.
So this tweet says, and never forget the fucking NRA dropped their lawsuit after making a deal with the government. Should have taken them all the way down for this. The NRA got paid to not properly represent these people.
Again, like I didn't even know that happened during Katrina, but they've done that before. Like,
NRA to settle suit over Katrina gun seizures. City Hall officials have agreed to return hundreds of firearms that police officers confiscated in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. Part of the deal was to resolve the lawsuit filed by the gun lobbying group.
disband the NRA.
Yes.
They're retarded.
In their lawsuit, the gun lobbying groups accused the city of violating gun owners' constitutional rights to bear arms and leaving them at the mercy of roving gangs, home invaders, and other criminals after Katrina. Why would you do that, George Bush?
Because the criminals aren't really good at hiding weapons in their homes the way that citizens don't.
So you can also go check out Mr. Colin Noir. He's made a video about this a few years ago about how gun confiscations can happen in America. Colin Noir, another good follow.
Well, it has
for the gun stuff.
Yeah.
All right, white pill time. No one likes that. But we all need to remember that this Constitution, although what it stands for is amazing, doesn't mean fucking dick if the people in power don't care.
That's what all rules. It's like the principle of how rules work.
It's nothing more than a piece of paper unless people no longer believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
Or well,
unless it's enforced.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when people don't believe in it, it's just a piece of paper. It's nothing. And let me tell you, and I mean the government, have not believed in the Constitution for at least my entire life, but probably longer.
Yep.
So we've got a unity party video here that I believe also was from the RFK camp put this together.
This conjunction of an immense military establishment and a large arms industry is new in the American experience. Yet we must not fail to comprehend its grave implications. We must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Uh-oh.
Listen to the wind blow.
Oh, I'm going to get hit for copyright, but I don't care.
Uh-oh.
What?
American Eagle. I'm just trying to talk over the...
Oh, so you don't get copyright.
We like Ike.
This country will do whatever must be done to protect its own security and that of its allies.
General, we got a message from Khrushchev which said that he would withdraw these missiles, providing we would not
Does it
plan
really
to
matter
invade
unless
Cuba.
you're monetized?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
I'm not worried about it. I'm not gonna get a strike. I'm gonna get a copyright warning or whatever it is. I'm
you
not,
just get the warning.
I'm not concerned about it. This is worth it.
Yeah. Okay.
Now the time has come for this nation to fulfill its promise.
A country is as strong, really, as its citizens. And I think that mental and physical health, mental and physical vigor, go hand in hand.
Wasn't it JFK that started the whole presidential fitness thing?
I don't know, but we'll see.
Fitness? What do you mean, like fit to?
Like the presidential fitness award in school that you would have to go and do like so many pull-ups and.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
I think JFK was the one who started.
And
that.
I mean, it was really just to train people for the military. Like, it wasn't like for health or anything.
Is that such a bad thing if it's got positive?
Nah, it's not.
Yeah,
ulterior motives,
right?
But those guys climbing across the rope remind me of that like Brazilian SWAT team, those ladies.
Oh god,
they were insane, dude.
That was hilarious. I think we covered that on Bloodbath.
Did I play that on this show?
Back. I think we did.
That feels like a week at pregame.
The ladies that couldn't do it, right?
Yeah, remember
the Brazilian SWAT team?
Yeah. Oh, the female one.
They took them like 20 minutes to get across like the rope zip line or whatever, and then the guys did it in like 5 seconds.
The announcers sounded like the co-hosts of like Wipeout, where they were like, "Here she's on the monkey bars, and she dropped her M16. Oh, she's trying to grab her M16. Oh, the magazine came out. She's struggling here."
A great change is at hand, and our task, our obligation, is to make that revolution, that change, peaceful and constructive for all.
Is this how he started? What's the robot army he later creates? Liberty.
What?
Patriot.
Oh, you're talking about yeah.
Fallout,
You're
Liberty
talking about
Prime?
the game Dustborn.
Dustborn.
Dustborn. JFK's not assassinated. It was Jackie who got assassinated, and then he marries Marilyn Monroe, and she becomes the first lady.
Oh, and this alternate history in Dustborn?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And they create the fascist state. I forget what it's called.
Okay, yeah, I don't know anything about the actual plot of that game. There's no way I'm gonna watch that garbage.
It's
you're not gonna watch my streams.
Sorry,
it's pretty great. It's wonderfully terrible.
I rarely watch your games I
do like. I have a problem with cringe. That's all right. Watch out for my Dustboard stream tomorrow.
I reported your streams for self-harm because that's clearly what you were doing.
I'm not Nikocado at Avocado, whatever his fucking name is.
Oh god,
I heard that name, but
he's Aloy from the Horizon Zero Dawn series.
Yeah, that's a whole nother tangent. We don't need to go down there.
President Kennedy has been assassinated.
Kid.
There's a part of me that almost kind of wants to do a show about the things that Kennedy was into that don't really get talked about.
That'd be cool.
JFK.
We just do a little JFK history lesson stream.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I've always wondered how important you have to be before it becomes murder through assassination.
Right?
Huh.
Leader of the free world.
That's a good point because a while back Arizona had a sniper problem.
Oh my.
And none of those people were called assassinations.
Or the Koreatown snipers. That's self-defense.
No, it was just some crazy dude with the gun, with the sniper gun, with the fucking long range rifle. They had the same thing back in the east somewhere. Steve, why don't you want to watch this? You don't want to watch this show, not my. You're talking about.
He's talking about Bloodbath.
Well, no one's fucking holding you here.
Yeah, go masturbate.
Yeah.
We showed you we showed you Eva, bro.
Do you have Steve tied up in the other room with what's that movie? Clockwork Oranging his eyes to watch Bloodbath?
I would never do that to anyone because I can't even watch that damn movie.
I've never actually seen it. I just know that that's from that movie.
That's fucked.
I watched
But
it in high school.
no, Steve grew up and got his own place. He no longer lives here.
Oh, okay.
He's a man now.
Congrats, Steve.
The time for debate is over. The time has come to unite. We are a strong and we are a courageous people.
I am announcing today my candidacy for the presidency of the United States. I do not run to oppose any man, but to propose new policies. Policies to end the bloodshed.
We need to remember that.
Oh,
God damn it, do we need to remember that as a country? I'm not here to oppose any man, but their policies. Everything is
Yep.
about opposing the other man now.
Yep.
It's like, oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah, the DC sniper. That was a thing too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
DC
Democrat.
sniper, isn't that just Deadshot?
Oh, you're funny.
Ah.
The Democratic Party is just such a like deep state nightmare. Like in a normal world, I think RFK and Trump should have been like the ticket. You know what I mean? Like people like him and him.
That would have been a scary ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Trump.
That would have been a scary ticket, but they can't control him, which means he's not an actual liberal. He's not an actual Democrat. You know, the Republican Party is purple. It's not conservative. It's
Who did
purple.
you say? RFK is VP?
RFK versus Trump.
Oh, versus Trump. Okay.
That should, I mean, in a normal world, right, where the Democratic Party is in like a big deep state cabal, RFK Jr. Trump, that should have been
that should have been the ballot.
That should have been the ballot.
That would have been the election. It would have been.
I said ticket. That's why I confused.
Yeah,
on the ballot.
yeah.
On the ballot.
That would have been a rough road.
Yeah,
and he's already got it bad enough with shitty Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
And no, that's not a joke at Indian people.
You want some shitty chicken?
Shitty chicken. Shitty one.
In Vietnam, policies to close the gaps that now exist between black and white, between rich and poor. I run for the presidency because I want the Democratic Party and the United States of America to stand for hope instead of despair.
My thanks to all of you, and now it's on to Chicago, and let's win there.
Senator Kennedy has been shot. Is that possible?
Break the silence, damn the dark, damn the light.
If you're going to do anything important with your life, there's going to be a hero's journey where you go through the valley of death. You feel you're completely alone. When my uncle was president, everybody was talking about Camelot. And I ended up reading a book about Camelot called The Once and Future King. It gave me the capacity to process pain in a different way. The trick to life is to not have expectations, but just to know what your duty is and to do it. You become relentless. Nobody can defeat you.
Tonight I'm very pleased to welcome Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Don't you want healthy children? And don't you want the chemicals out of our food? And don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again?
Bro, that would have gotten him elected. That statement would have gotten himself elected, dude.
Let me tell you, if RFK wasn't a gun grabber,
yeah,
might have gotten my vote.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then the abortion thing, he's a little weird on too.
Yeah.
Okay, so little history, because I'm not well versed on the Kennedy family. JFK was his uncle?
Yep.
Okay, and then this guy right here, this
is his dad.
That's his dad. Okay, and
he was assassinated when he was running for president.
I did not even know that.
Yeah. Yeah, he was this guy is RFK, the original.
Okay.
And he was assassinated after winning the California primary for the presidential election.
And do we know anything about that assassination, or is that all a conspiracy cover up as well?
Really. I don't know nothing.
They're
about
all
it.
covered up. We don't even know Martin Luther King and like so that and at this event, this guy here said he's going to release all that paperwork.
That's right.
We'll see. I still think it's a little far.
That was that. So that was my second biggest, disappointment in Trump. The first one was the Moab. The second one was he was supposed to release the JFK files and he didn't.
Oh, in his first term.
Yeah, that had reached however many years it had been, and it was supposed to be. It was supposed you were able to be
declassify
it or whatever, and he did not do that. He declassified some of it, but a lot of it was redacted due to I believe Mike Pompeo said that would be a bad idea. I wonder why that would be a bad idea.
And the Moab thing you just mentioned, what was that about?
Mother of all bombs, dropping that shit on Syria for no fucking reason.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure about Moab as a mother of all bombs. I wasn't sure what exactly.
So yeah, I don't know. I see that video and I get kind of pumped on things.
I want to read that book that he keeps quoting.
What was it? The
Once Future King. I was supposed to read it in high school, and I always forget to read it. There's tons of cool quotes from that dude. Wild stuff.
So, any closing thoughts, gentlemen?
I think we don't, the people who make our lives hell want to make rules about everything, and we can't fall into that trap. But I think what is important is just the reason why people keep getting stepped on is because people don't care enough. And if we vocalize enough and get people to care, then we can just, come together over common things that we agree with. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So always just vocalize what's happening, make people care. That's the big thing. People get away with this shit because no one cares. But that's the static pill. There's a positive and a negative.
Carrying the balance, the yin and
yang. Balance.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
I'm not a fucking hippie. God damn it.
You're a hippie now.
What about you, Neo? Any final thoughts?
Nothing directly related to anything that we were talking about, but that book is $55.
Books are expensive. It's a book from like the 1900s, dude.
Steve, did you buy like a hardcover of that shit?
Like you can't find it for cheap in that, but while I was driving home tonight and I was listening before I able to hop on, I was proud to keep hearing you call her Kamala, because that's Kamala. What I always call her, and I will always call her that as well.
What is it? Is it Kamala?
It's supposedly Kamala, but I say Kamala. And I saw a clip this week or last week of Don Lemon trying to educate someone on how to pronounce it right. And it made me think it would be funny to put my head and Don Lemon's head on Stewie and Brian in Family Guy, saying cool, whip, say cool whip, cool whip. It's like say calm, Mala,
Kamala.
So I wanted to make a meme of that, but I don't know how to do video memes.
Wait,
that's a lot of AI voices.
You bought a book on Audible for $55 fucking dollars.
An Audible book for $55?
It makes no damn sense.
That does not make any sense.
On eBay, it's $30.
Go look up you go to the website thriftbooks.com and go find it there.
But yeah, and other than that, it's just glad to be back on. Things are returning to normal for me, so at least until the end of the year, I should be able to be back to a regularly scheduled programming. But I'll put that more on the outros, assuming we're going to do that.
Now I have a question for the two of you. Next Tuesday's a big day.
You mean tomorrow?
No, not tomorrow. Next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow.
September 10th.
September 10th.
I have no idea what you're referring to.
It is the debate.
Oh, yeah.
Between Kamala and Trump?
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go.
That
so are you guys interested in streaming?
I will make time.
Because we will be doing a Wrong Think Bloodbath collab.
What time does it start again? Yeah, I'll be there.
I don't know.
I already have a stream that night, so I won't be able to.
Okay.
I'll be there.
So that's next Tuesday. So everyone in the chat, keep your eyes out for that. Shaka Zulu, let the people know what you got going on for the rest of the week.
Not much. Tomorrow I'll be on Beelzebub's channel. Devil Made Me Do It. We're gonna debate cookies. I'm gonna anger a lot of people tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting day. Peanut butter cookies are shit. Oatmeal raisins the goat.
Oatmeal raisin are not real cookies.
Oh, Neo, you should be on the show tomorrow.
You busy tomorrow?
I forgot.
It's one of the 3 days this month. I don't have a stream, but I'm doing other stuff, so I won't be able to join. Otherwise, I would.
Well, good, because oatmeal raisins the best.
Are not cookies.
If
you
you
don't
like
put
chocolate
fruit
chip,
in cookies.
You're generic and basic if you
It's
just
like
eat a
fruit
chocolate
jerky.
chip.
It's
I didn't
fine.
say that, but chocolate chip is good. But I love snickerdoodles, peanut butter, anything that's not fruit
peanut
in a
butter.
cookie.
You're broken. You're
broken, bro. You don't get to pity. You're not on the show. We're gonna bully you onto this show. The fellowship, Brett. You does, dude.
If I wasn't busy doing stuff tomorrow night, I would join that because I want to yell at people for thinking that oatmeal raisin is a real cookie.
Bro,
God,
I'm sorry your
disgusts
grandma
me.
didn't love you enough to make you.
She
oatmeal
loved me, and so
raisin
she didn't
cookies.
make me oatmeal raisin cookies.
No,
that's torture. Be like, hey, you want cookies? Yeah, here's oatmeal raisins. Like, why do you hate me?
So good.
Thank you, Cash. Oatmeal.
Oh
bottom of
no,
the barrel.
Cash. Too
And
cool
Kel
for the
too.
oatmeal.
Kel says me and
Fruit
Steve
does
are going
not
to
go
Mordor
in
to
a
cast the
dessert.
oatmeal
No!
raisin cookies into the fire.
You can't make me.
Thank you, Kel.
One cookie to rule them all.
Simone says on September 11th, something horrible happened some time ago. My younger brother was born.
Was he really
I
born on
hope you-
September 11th?
I hope you tell him that every year.
Damn, Steve. I might have to
happen.
like delete that from the chat. You might get me in trouble.
Oh my.
You can't be saying
The
that
second
shit.
worst thing to happen on September 11th.
That's hysterical. Anyway, I'm on YouTube and Twitter and stuff. I talk a lot of crap, and I'll be on those shows. And next week, I will make time to be on the debate show.
Nice. And so what have you got going on, Neo? Since you've only got 3 days this month, you're not streaming.
Yeah, so I am back on the YouTube grind. Basically due to real life stuff, I was off for almost the entirety of August. I have more streams in every week this week than I did in all of August. So, except for this week, because I don't have a stream tomorrow. But this is basically my return, so it's good to be back. So yeah, I've got a stream on Wednesday with Nerdporial as we're making a rain check because he was supposed to be on my channel back in July, and I messaged him, and he's like, "Sorry, dude, I fell asleep." So I got Nerdporial coming on Wednesday, and then I got my achievement chasers with my achievement hunting buddy Dude 1286 on Thursday. And then next week I've got basically a full week. I'm doing a co-op Metroidvania stream with one of my Xbox buddies on Monday. We're doing one of my favorite Metroidvanias, Journey to the Savage Planet. Next Tuesday, as I said, we got to stream the next episode of Top 5. We're doing our Star Wars games part 2 with a new panel of guests. Next Wednesday, the 11th, I'm going to be on my good buddy Carl of the RNG Gaming Podcast. We're going to be arguing the best year in gaming, and we each of the panels has a year they're going to be arguing. And then next Thursday, I have another episode of Open Mic with Mo Zamboni. So that's what my next 2 weeks look like.
Very
It's
nice.
gotta be 2016, right? If not like 97. Those would be my 2 years top of my head.
Interesting.
2016 and 97.
I don't know what years the other ones have. I don't know what my year is.
I'll watch that. That sounds like a good show. You don't need to spoil nothing. Those would be mine though.
Yeah, we had it planned for a couple weeks ago, but then August became a crapshoot for me, and so we postponed it into September. And something that I've been really looking forward to because that's going to be a fun stream.
Oh, don't do a Sonic one without me. I want to do a Sonic stream with Kay.
Okay, well, this is on Carl's channel, so he put this together.
That's Carl. Never mind.
So, but if I ever do Sonic, I'll definitely. I think I've got you on my list for when we do a top 5 episode about Sonic games, because I'm not a big Sonic fan. So, you'd definitely be a perfect. Let me check my top 5 topics.
Yeah, same with you. I think life's calming down. I'm not sure because every time I say it does, it doesn't.
Sonic. Okay, yep. Because I've got a huge list of topics for top 5 episodes, and I have Sonic on here, and I've got you as one of the participants. Speaking of achievement hunters, Gordon needs to 100%
My Little Pony. He has to play this My Little Pony game for an hour on the first hour of every Chatterday.
What? Wait, why? Did he lose a bet or something?
Because Kel bought it for him.
I think Kel just bought it. He loves to torture him.
So, what is that something that Dermy does on his channel? If you buy him a game, he plays through it or on something on stream.
I think it was
I think we're just fucking with him and making him do it. You might say we might be kind of gaslighting him into it.
Of course,
you're gonna turn him into a brony.
He doesn't need any help with that.
Yeah. If he 100% it, would you have him as a goof guest for Achievement Hunters and be like, "I 100% in My Little Pony"?
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
He could come on and talk for a few minutes. I don't know if that's going to be enough to carry much of a conversation.
I don't know. I think that's like a 4-hour stream, dude.
The game's terrible. The game's terrible. Like, so the game has a little bit more purpose than, say, Dustborn does. But like you're just running around collecting stars. That's all you're fucking doing.
I'm assuming Spyro. It's a game made for children.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just was watching.
Spyro's a great game. What do you mean?
Spyro is a good game.
So I guess that's me. So tomorrow, keep an eye out. I'm gonna try and do a Dustborn stream after work because I've just got to get through that game. I was thinking about just quitting, but no, I have to get through that game. I haven't even gotten the ability to cancel anyone yet. So I need to finish playing that. I can only sow discord. That's all I can do. For my
every time you say that, I think of that stupid Amandla song.
Oh,
don't let me go discord.
God, huh? Interesting, isn't it? That choice of word.
I know.
Commies. And then tomorrow night. After that, I will be on the cookie stream on Beelzebub with Shaka Zulu in support of the oatmeal raisin cookies.
Let's go! Let's go!
Boo! Ban yourself from your own stream.
We're just gonna have all. I'm gonna get rid of Kay.
I don't understand.
She's not gonna
those
make
fake
it.
Cookies are so popular.
It's just gonna be all. What's it called? Not platforming.
Okay, so Neo, no one ever said the oatmeal raisin cookies better than the chocolate chip.
I do.
That's what everyone. Yeah,
no one's ever said that.
Yes, they have.
That's what we're saying.
You're trying to gaslight me. I'm not.
No, I'm
not
gaslighting you
my
at all.
eyes. That's what everyone.
No. So here's what I realized.
It didn't originate with that, but
the people who like the oatmeal raisin cookies are okay with it, and then there's no middle ground for an oatmeal raisin cookie.
No, they're very polarizing is the term.
Exactly.
Yes, Steve, we need you there. You are still invited. We need you to show up because I still need one more anti-cookie person.
We're having trouble.
Anti-oatmeal cookie.
We can't find
because
enough.
An anti-cookie person would be you guys because oatmeal raisin are not cookies.
They are cookies. We have a
They're
baker.
Cookies. Oatmeal raisin cookies are cookies in that the same way Disney Star Wars is Star Wars.
How dare you? That's disgusting.
I don't think that's a fair analogy.
That's
anyhow
not fair.
I know that. I'm sorry I disrespected Disney Star Wars because it's better than oatmeal raisin cookies.
You know what's funny about the oatmeal raisin cookie stuff is this was all from a Jessica.
We don't need that kind of
stream.
fucking rhetoric around here.
Get out of here! You're banned. God. Jessica did a poll about making homemade Oreos.
That's what triggered this all.
That's what triggered it. And
That
she was
sounds
just
good.
like, can we stop arguing about cookies or can I make homemade Oreos?
I will agree with Kel on
That's
that.
funny. Burn.
Everyone, make sure you tune into Beelzebub. As a matter of fact, did I set this up? Please tell me I set this up. Otherwise, it's impossible.
One small plug that I don't know why I just thought of it, but I just put out a poll on Twitter today. Not so polarizing. Just asking what you prefer, Halo 1 or Halo 2? Because
I voted 1.
Yeah.
So
someone's like, no Halo 3. I'm like, obviously Halo 3 is the best. So I wanted to know between 1 and 2, what is everyone's favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah. I put the link to Devil's Channel. That's where the cookie show will be tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Pacific. We're ranking cookies, and it's going down. So make sure you check that out. Thursday, we've got the weekend pregame. I have no idea what we're talking about. Nothing crazy has come up yet.
Steve.
So we'll see. I'm sure it will be something. I'm sure there's plenty of weird shit to go on. And then, just be on the lookout for my Dustborn streams. Then I'm Ballbusters, Chatter Days. And thank you to everyone watching. Meteor Advocate Timon, thank you for the explanation on the shenanigans going around in Brazil. Cash Kester, thanks for hanging out. Kel, thanks for hanging out as usual. Steve, go fuck yourself. Real Wade, thanks for hanging out. There was a ton of people in here today.
There's some new people. Like
all the new people. Donna, thanks for hanging out. Duke was in here for a while, forking around.
I have no idea what that
Gamer Shorts was hanging out.
Is saying Aruada? Arurata? I have no idea what the heck that is. Apparently, it's some kind of cookie. So sorry, I don't know that one.
No. Hold on.
Small Time Republic. Thank you to everyone for hanging out. No outro video because I'm a lazy bastard. Until next time.